with Dan Day.
If the Panthers are not the best team in the NHL, they're the most dangerous team in the NHL. They are one of those teams that nobody wants to face. And if you are a Panthers fan like myself and my cousin Vladimir Luasson, you are very happy with where you're at. In fact, I would say, Vlad, you couldn't be happier with where the Panthers are at. They're right there pretty much in first, but not exactly in first. Maybe in the hunt for the President's Cup, but not exactly in the hunt for the President's Cup. You don't want to win that President's Cup.
You don't want to win that President's Cup.
No, you do not want to win that President's Cup. Just stay near the top. Keep playing great. You're shutting teams out with your backup goalie, goaltender, whatever you want to call him. Backup. 4-0 against the Buffalo Sabres the other night. Panthers team is showing us what they are made of, and I am liking what I am seeing. Panthers looking great. The Heat on a little bit of a break right now, although the Heat, what did I say, Vlad? We're going to have the ebbs and flows of the season. You had the big losing streak, the longest losing streak in a long time, and then now you look at it, you've won 6 of 8 going into the All-Star break. You have a little time to get healthy. You probably get Jimmy back because he's dealing with some personal issues. Everything is looking okay. Everything's A-okay for our guys, the Miami Heat.
Your guys.
Like, I'm wearing Heat colors today. If you're watching on the Twitch or the YouTube live, 560 WQAM, I'm wearing my Heat colors. Also, I look like I'm a sushi waiter. Like, I'm like, I eat something. But yeah, so right now, everything's good. Take a deep breath. Heat, get a little bit of break. Panthers, you get one today against the Lightning, who we used to be very scared of. I'm not so scared of the Lightning anymore. They don't bully us like they used to.
You still got to beat them, though.
You do have to beat them at their place. Get this, Vlad. With a win today, it is a franchise record 11th straight road win for the Panthers. They're already on their record 10th straight road win. They did that the other night against Buffalo. Tonight could be their 11th straight road win. And I've been saying it all week. A road win is worth those 2 points, but it feels like so much more than just 2 points because you know when you get into the playoffs, if you can win on the road, you got to win games on the road if you want to make a deep run into the playoffs. If you have a team that you know can do that, you got to be feeling good. So keep stacking up those road wins. Then you can just take care of business at home. Bobrovsky's been great. Anthony Stolarz has been an excellent replacement. Spencer Knight, we don't have to worry about him right now. Let him get right. Let him get everything done in the AHL over there in Charlotte, and we're going to be A-okay. Jaime Jaquez Jr., the dunk competition. Did you watch any of the Rising Stars or any of this celebrity game last night, Vlad?
A little bit of both. Not the whole thing. I didn't see the end. I did see Wemby get an N1 dunk. Jaime was playing well. He was passing the ball well to the guys. I didn't get to see Wemby versus Chet. That when I did watch, I didn't see Chet on the court with Wemby.
They didn't have much of that last night.
They didn't have much of that. But Wemby, man, I gotta give him credit, bro. He's more impressive. He's been more impressive than I thought. I didn't know that the guy was gonna average 20 points right now as a rookie. And if he gains 10, 15 pounds of,
I thought we talked about it that you and I both believed in him.
I didn't think
you were just worried about his injury prone.
Right. I thought he was a little thin, but I didn't. And I also thought that, give him some time. But geez, the kid is, the skills are ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it really
for both
of
them too. Even Chet.
I like Chet a lot too. I like the skinny guys, man.
You can't be that tall and skinny and be able to pause. Hey, yo, come on. What's going on? What's going
on? Let's rewind that. I like the skinny guys. Nothing's working today here by the studio.
What's wrong with you, bro? What is wrong with you? I can't believe you're doing all of this, man. Come on, man.
Hey, yo.
There you go. That's what I was waiting on right there.
Come on, man. Jeez. But they played well. It was Team Jalen Rose, I believe, that won it all. It was
40-35 final score.
Was that? Yeah, I guess that's the final score. Yeah, because 40 points was the limit. That was that was like 21.
Okay, I'll tell you about how bad this NBA All-Star Weekend is. First of all, everybody hates it. Everybody's bored to death with it. Nonetheless, I was
not how you bored to death with it. with it if it's in Indianapolis, man.
Yeah.
Indianapolis.
Why are so many? I'm guessing so many events in Indianapolis because they're willing to pay for it, and you can get in less trouble than you can in like Las Vegas or Miami or
I
New
mean,
Orleans
I
or
guess there's
LA.
things to do, but
No,
it's the
there's
basketball. But
the
it's also
biggest thing to
basketball.
do in Indianapolis downtown is Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm not even playing with you. It
What
is
about I
the
thought?
biggest thing to do. It's the best thing to do, and you can talk to
What
people from
about St.
Indianapolis.
Elmo's? Don't they have a?
Okay, we'll get some shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about like if you want to go out and have fun, it is a Buffalo Wild Wings in downtown Indianapolis. That tells
Hey
you.
man, every city gets a chance to host the All-Star game except for Miami because it's always the same weekend as the boat show.
Yeah.
You know.
And I don't think Miami even puts bids in to try to
No,
get
they
it.
don't. No, they've never wanted that. The boat show makes more money for them in their eyes, and they also don't want quote unquote
Certain elements. I understand.
out there at that time.
I understand. Miami's big about that. You know, spring break and
spring
stuff
break
like that.
coming, and you already see signs and messages and boards. They don't want the wild and crazy.
It is absolutely hilarious how the city of Miami and like especially like South Beach, like straight up put up signs. Spring breakers go home. We don't want you. We hate you. We're gonna make your life hard. Then you go up to Fort Lauderdale and it's like spring breakers welcome, drink specials. Let's get buck wild.
I think that's because Fort Lauderdale at 4 a.m. everything shuts down. South Beach in Miami, things are still popping off after 4.
If you do it right, there's no way, unless you're on something else, that you can make it past 4 a.m. Even in my heyday, 2, 3, 4 o'clock was it, man.
Are you crazy? It's always after hour close. What's wrong with you?
No, I'm talking about if you're just out there drinking and partying and living the normal life, you can make it past 4?
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
If you start at 3?
No. You're a neophyte? What is wrong with you?
So if you're just drinking, maybe taking some deep breaths, you can make it from like 9 or 8 p.m. until 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
To like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The next day, yeah.
You need to check yourself, lad. I'm worried about you now.
What do you mean? Back in the days? Absolutely.
Nowadays, I start at like 4 in the afternoon, and I'm about like 9:30. I'm like, oh man, I'm having a rough go of it. Now, if you're at 11 or Space or Live, Dare nightclub, yeah. I can make it through. I can make it all until 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wait a minute. So wait a minute. Because of those certain nightclubs, you can make it to like
no, it's not the nightclub. It's the partying that I'm doing at the nightclub.
So okay.
Not a lot of deep breaths, not a lot of big sips. Water and bubble gum, baby. Water and bubble gum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that combo does. RVA Richie, he's jumping in on the text and Twitch line. He knows.
Yeah, last night was mad real.
But okay, Vlad, I need to talk to you about something.
Sunglasses and Advil.
Off the sports note, before we get into headlines, we are going to get into headlines.
What up?
As you know, it is a slow time in the sports year.
It's dead time.
Literally, at Duffy's Implantation last night, all people did was like, man, there's literally no sports hardly to watch. I was watching men's college basketball. I was watching a little bit of the celebrity game.
It was terrible, bro.
People thought it was an amateur or a European game at one point because I was kind of far away. I was like, is that the celebrity game? They're like, no. Is that the Rising Stars game? No, it's like some European game or something.
It's nothing. It's boring time.
Okay, that's fine. So we get off the rails a little bit, but I do want to talk to you about something. This past week was Valentine's Day, and a lot of things happened this past week. Let me give you a quick overview. Tuesday was Mardi Gras, big time celebration.
Okay, Wednesday was Ash Wednesday.
Wednesday's Ash Wednesday and Valentine's Day,
which was horrible.
Which you abstained, which I appreciate.
I abstained from what?
You said you were going to abstain. Ash Wednesday. Okay, so now some of the alternate holidays that were happening, from what I understand, and you can correct me, Vlad, because maybe you're more proficient and more knowledgeable about this. Mardi Gras night is technically Galentine's night, where the girls get together, whether they're single or whether they're dating. They all hang out and they all talk, and they talk bad about guys and they talk girl stuff. And
when is Galentine? Is it the day after? Is it the day before? Because I saw some girls Galentining it the day after.
That's what I'm getting clear. I'm trying to get clarity. Maybe 305-567-0560 to text in. You can also jump on the Twitch and the YouTube. This is my understanding. Galentine's, the night before Valentine's. This year it fell on Mardi Gras. That's awesome. Valentine's. We all know Valentine's. You and your main girl, your main squeeze, your main guy, you go out or you stay in and you do your thing. You show your love for each other. I was out at Duffy's on Thursday in Plantation, like I always am Thursday, Friday. I think I live there now. Nonetheless, they were like, ha ha ha, got a good crowd tonight because it's side piece, whatever. Is the side piece night the night after? It's too obvious for me, man.
Well,
where do you take your side piece out for Valentine's Day?
remember
What night?
now, remember what I told you last
Yeah,
week.
that's the good move. Super Bowl.
Now, if you have money,
that's the money. But if
you got money, you take your side piece to the Super Bowl because Wednesday was gonna be Valentine's Day, so you stay with the fam, right?
Yeah.
And then here's what's going on. It's a 4-day weekend this weekend. You talk about holidays. We got President's Day.
That's
on
what
Monday.
you do. You take the side piece out on President's Day.
Or you take them out the weekend before and then you hang out with the fam because on Wednesday they might take Thursday off and this might, let me just take Thursday and Friday off and just have 5 days. You got 5 days with wifey. That's what it is. You know what I mean? But side piece is usually the day after, bro.
Okay. Officially, it's the day after.
It's usually the 15th and maybe the 16th, considering it was a Friday. See, Valentine's Day fell on a nice day this year. Middle of the week is good. Hump Day, literally and figuratively.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It fell on a good time. And the Super Bowl was the days before. So you really could put in time. You could put in time. Really set it out. If you really, if you're on your P's and Q's, you could really set it up good if you got your wifey and you got your side chick. It's nice.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of hey man. Nothing in life is easy, bro. Nothing in life is easy.
Complicated, man. So officially, though, I think it is Valentine's the night before Valentine's, and the night after is side piece.
I did hear it is from what I was told. It was the day before, but I do know girls that celebrated the day after.
That's fine. I mean, do your thing,
And usually they're not even single.
Right,
so maybe
the girls get together, the single.
So I think the single girls spend Valentine's Day together on the 13th, and the girls who are just wives who just want to get drunk and watch Desperate Housewives reruns or whatever, they just they use the 15th.
Okay,
if they're not a side piece.
Oh yeah, it's trash. So much complications in this past week, man. I don't know.
Hey man, I'm here to break it down for you.
Let's get it all straight with some headline. Panthers, they did get their franchise record 10th road victory in a row the other night. Anthony Stolarz helped blank Buffalo 4-0. They are 4-1 since the All-Star break, and they look to keep things going today at 5 against the Lightning in Tampa Bay. Like I said, not an easy game, but not as scared of Tampa Bay as we used to be. We're taking care of business with them. We have not met them in the playoffs.
They still kind of sort of have mind control over you guys.
Yeah, no, the Maple Leafs took care of business last year and beat them in the playoffs, which helped us out a lot because we didn't have to face them, but still not totally scared of the Lightning like we used to be. The Dolphins introduced Anthony Weaver as their defensive coordinator the other day. He says he's excited to work with free agent Christian Wilkins if he gets the chance, and will be moving Jalen Ramsey around the field next season. I know that was a big knock that not only we had, but a lot of Dolphins fans had, not only with the defense, but with the Dolphins in general, but especially with Vic Fangio. He didn't move around Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard like he should have. When one was getting exposed, or when maybe Kader Kahu was getting exposed, didn't say, go on over there and take care of business.
Come on, man. Tobin and Leroy tell you they all don't like to, they don't like
change.
They don't like change. They don't like to get away from what they're used to. They're stuck in their ways, man.
So you get a young guy in there like Anthony Weaver. Anthony Weaver says, whoa. You're not going to be burning Kader Kahu all
day. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was taking subtle shots at Fangio's style or what Fangio.
Let that man go. Who cares anymore?
No, in the press conference, he was kind of taking subtle shots.
No, but why? I mean,
read between the lines.
Why? Okay, well, that's fine,
But one thing he was like, I'm a Mike McDaniel guy, so you could tell that he's not going to be questioning or.
Yeah, I thought, I mean, you're going
to know it's Mike McDaniel's franchise.
It even looked like on Hard Knocks that Vic Fangio and Mike McDaniel never, ever crossed paths. They did not talk, it seemed.
I love it.
Did seem that way, and that's not conducive to winning. I'll give you that. And obviously, it worked in a way, but in the end, did not work out for the Dolphins. Canes men's basketball team, losers of 3 in a row, look to right the ship today against Boston College. Tip is at 4:00. There are only must wins for college basketball teams in postseason tournaments, but this does feel like it is an absolute must win for the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, this is a very important week for them. Boston College to end this week, and then they have Duke on Wednesday.
Be honest, they've been bad lately.
I
There's
don't
no other
know.
way to
I
put
don't
it.
really know what to say about this season. It's not on coach. The players, I think, maybe the Elite Eight and Final Four appearances back-to-back years starting feeling themselves. The only guy that's really played has been Norchad. Nigel's been up and down. I don't know what's up with Wooga.
Yeah, Nigel Pack is a little hurt though, so
Yeah, and injuries have affected the Canes.
they just don't seem to have gelled this year.
Well, maybe
But
it's hard to gel when you're hurt.
yeah, but there is time. Today, let's get a win against Boston College. Still got a pretty tough schedule ahead of you. Get some of those wins, maybe get some good momentum going to the ACC tournament, make some noise in the ACC tournament, maybe win that bad boy, and boom, all of a sudden you're back in the NCAA tournament playing your best basketball. We'll see. This excites me, Vlad. Miami Hurricanes baseball opened their season and the JT Ortega era with an 8-7 walk-off win over New Jersey Institute of Technology last night. Today, doubleheader. One game at 2 o'clock, next game 7 o'clock.
They play Injit.
The basketball team played them too, so we might have like a little deal working out with those guys.
Jeez, play Rutgers, guys. Just play Rutgers. Why are you playing Injit?
That's just what they're doing, man. Hurricanes baseball is back.
Injit. And you struggle against them. It's 8-7. How you struggle against them?
Okay.
It's snowing in New York and New Jersey
baseball,
right
man.
now. Come on,
baseball. You still got the win. It's baseball. It's the first game of the year. It's a new era, new coach, everything like that. You get the win. That's what you want, man. Now you go cool down, relax.
All right, man. Hey, we need something to hold us down for the spring and summer. If the Canes basketball team's not going to make the tourney.
I know. Speaking of holding it down, All-Star Weekend is here. Pacers, Benedict Mathurin.
Haitian.
Mathurin?
Yeah, he's Haitian.
He won the Rising Stars MVP.
Nice.
Hit the game winner, too.
Sac passe. That's what's up.
Team Shannon Sharp defeated Team Stephen A in the celebrity game.
Oh, man. First of all, did you see Stephen A bust his ass?
No, man.
Yeah, he didn't get crossed over by Micah Parsons, but that was reported. But he busted his ass during the practice. When his All-Star team had to practice and practice, and they lost yesterday, man. They lost.
That's true. Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys won the MVP. 37 points, 16 rebounds, thunderous dunk.
Yeah, but who's gonna stop a big 255-pound guy?
Still ball though.
Do you see? It's Jennifer Hudson on the court.
Jennifer Hudson.
Love Jennifer Hudson.
Okay. Tonight, beginning at 8, it's the skills challenge, the 3-point shootout. Yeah, she's got the EGOT. Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu going to do their 3-point shootout.
Hey, Steph, man, you better win this, bro.
Sabrina, you better win this, girl. I think both of them are in there just to have fun and win.
I don't care. I don't want to hear ladies talking about, oh, my God, they're the best shooters in the world.
I really don't think your old lady's going to come to you tomorrow and be like, ha, Sabrina Ionescu
Are you kidding
won.
me? Are you kidding me? Don't you know how these ladies work, bro? When they do something great and they beat a guy, especially a guy that's considered the best at something, oh, man, their sensors, their intuition get all together and whoop, 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 whoop. It's like radar. We beat them. Hey, girl, we beat them.
You can't take that, Vlad.
Nah, I can't.
You can't take that.
Bro, here's the thing, okay? Listen, if they have a 3-point contest 1,000 times, I think Steph Curry would beat her 9,999 times.
I've heard a lot of guys.
It's just that, I give her the benefit of the doubt. She could probably beat him.
Vlad, you're not.
I just don't want to see that 1 out of 1,000 tonight.
You're not the only one. I thought the first time you told me this, I was like, wow, okay. But a lot of guys have caped up for Steph Curry and been like,
absolutely,
you can't lose. You cannot lose.
You're the greatest shooter of all time.
I don't think there's going to be an asterisk next to his name when they say greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry. Oh, but he lost a meaningless 3-point shootout.
Don't you remember Billie Jean King versus Bobby Riggs? Or whatever that guy's name? He was old. It ain't matter that he was old. She whooped his ass.
Getting in depth on Steph Curry, Sabrina Ionescu.
She beat him. That's it.
All-Star weekend with nothing on the line.
Hey, it's nothing going on, bro. Oh no, we got UFC though. We got UFC,
There's a dunk contest tonight
and we
with
got
Jaime
UFC
Jaquez Jr.
297.
I'm more worried about the dunk contest. Jaime Jaquez Jr. going to be one of the 4 guys competing. He says he's going to bring it. Okay. The actual game, in case you're worried, Vlad, the NBA has decided to bury it tomorrow night at 8:00.
That's always the time they play it.
They used to play it when we were growing up at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, they stopped playing that like almost 25 years ago, bro. It's been 8:30 all the time.
Gonna probably miss that one.
Yeah, nobody's here. Come on, bro. This is a week off. You enjoy it.
24 ranked FAU defeated Temple the other night, 80-68. They head across the state to take on South Florida tomorrow at noon. Believe it or not, Inter Miami ticket sales are up 150 times from last year at this time. MLS season,
Wait, what?
150 times more tickets have been sold this year.
But believe it or not, is that what you just asked us?
That was a joke.
I'm like, come on, man. Of course. Not a funny
Why?
thing.
Why?
Not a funny thing.
Soccer really is growing in this country.
It's a crapshoot, though. Is he gonna play?
Like Hong Kong, man. China, take your ball home. You can't play. MLS season does begin Wednesday at 8 when the Herons host Real Salt Lake. Messi did play in the friendly this past Thursday against his original club team from Argentina, Newell's Old Boys, and it is reported that he's 100% healthy. So we should be all right. I think your biggest worry would be Sergio Busquets. That's what it said. I think your biggest worry would be Sergio Busquets, who's dealing with some injuries. But he should be able to play also. So you should be full strength going into the opening game. The Marlins have made an offer to White Sox shortstop Tim Anderson. No word if the free agent will land in Miami.
Like I said yesterday, former All-Star. Hope he has his situation all good, and
he's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and hope he took some lessons boxing.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, Steph Curry loses to Sabrina Ionescu. That kind of like is an albatross around his neck, follows him around. Tim Anderson forever will be kind of, even though he's a great player and all, whatever, got knocked out, man. And then tried to come back and fight like 5 minutes later. Like, oh, it's okay, let it go, let it go.
Dropped Jose Ramirez dropped him.
We did neglect to mention this earlier. The Wizards and guard DeLon Wright have agreed to a buyout, and he will most likely join the Heat. He was only playing about 14 minutes a game this season, but averaged 7.5 last season. A lot of people very excited about that.
You guys listen. Everybody's always excited about anytime somebody new comes on the team. That's it. It's you got to be like Ben Simmons for somebody not to be excited, and even some team would be like, "Hey, maybe we could change him." I would think if that's the only move they can make with the money situation with the buyout market, let's see. Playing for the Wizards. Here's the thing. Getting good players on bad teams, it takes them a while to finally learn that, hey, this is now the competition's gotten a little bit more intense here. It took Terry Rozier a little bit to get acquainted with with Heat culture. Hopefully, this guy can get acquainted very quickly.
9-year veteran.
So, yeah.
He's been on 8 teams.
Yeah, that's what, you know what I mean? That's not...
That's the key to our run to the finals. DeLon Wright. Tiger Woods did withdraw from the Genesis Invitational yesterday, citing illness. He was 2 over par at the time. The final cut was 1 over.
I can tell you the illness. I'm not as good as I was, and I once was.
You got some battle scars, man.
Literally and figuratively speaking.
Man, he's got some, man. Speaking of getting some, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. On Valentine's Day, a bear near Naples, Florida, broke into a woman's car and ate all of her Valentine's chocolate. You know what I'm thinking, Vlad?
Good cocaine beer?
I was good. Good thing she's keeping that Valentine's Day cocaine on her body. Up next, there's been some talk of the Dolphins and their draft. Might they get a quarterback? We'll discuss that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
WQAM. Speaker.
You know who's going to be hearing this song a lot next college football season?
Who?
Tyler Van Dyke.
Where's he going?
University of Wisconsin. Every single home game, they play this at like the third or fourth quarter at the beginning. Everybody, jumping around like crazy. So Tyler Van Dyke, get used to that song right there. You're not going to be hearing any reggaeton in Madison, Wisconsin, my friend. Different world. Different world. Best of luck to him, though. I don't know why I'm bagging on Wisconsin because I went to school there for a while. Nonetheless, speaking of quarterbacks,
Speaking of QBs,
what if on draft day with that 21st pick in the overall NFL draft, the Miami Dolphins walk up and select
who?
Michael Penix Jr. from the University of Washington?
Wow, so he's dropping, huh?
Would he drop that far is another good question.
That's what I'm asking you.
I don't think he drops that far because they need quarterbacks. Nonetheless,
so you would want another lefty.
That's one of the things, man. As a Dolphins fans, that's what we get. But nonetheless, Fox Sports analyst Joe Klatt on the Joe Klatt Show.
Ooh, I like Joe Klatt.
He has said he thinks the Dolphins, with 21st pick in the first round, he mock draft them getting the University of Washington's Michael Penix Jr. As a Dolphins fan, you believe in Tua, then you don't want this draft to happen. I've had many Dolphins fans come up to me at many of the places that I go, whether it be dive bars, on the rocks, Bob's Your
Those
Uncle,
are the places you go to.
whether I'm at Funky Buddha, 26 Degree Brewing.
We love Funky Buddha.
People
Shout
tell
out
me
to 26 Brewing.
Tua's not going to get us there. Well, if that's the case, then you need to do something. Maybe you even need to draft up or trade up in the draft to make sure you get Michael Penix Jr. Joe Klatt breaks down 3 simple reasons why the Dolphins, if available, should take Michael Penix Jr. First things first, the cap advantages of avoiding having a quarterback on a second contract.
Well,
that's one of those things, but you don't know how good Michael
that
Penix
is
Jr.
true. But you got to put a lot of. So here's all right. I know you're going to go to the other reasons, but if we're going by the first reason he said,
just financially.
Financially, it makes sense.
Of course.
But that would also mean that you still have those weapons that you surrounded Tua with, or you have newer weapons so that you can give to Penix while you have him on that rookie contract.
Yes, that means you got to get Waddle back. You have to keep Tyreek Hill,
right? Because
maybe a tight end somewhere.
And that means Penix is not playing his rookie year because obviously Tua would be playing this fifth year, but
fifth year out.
That would be so. You're saying that Tua would crap the bed or not have a good season as if he's had the last 2 years.
Well, we'll get into that. He also has some other scenarios that he says the Dolphins could be doing. He also cites number 2, Tua's past concussions, and I quote, "Giving Tua a huge deal, I think, is risky. I think it's risky. He's been injury prone outside of concussions, but that's clearly something that from firsthand experience, it doesn't get better. It's not like a ligament. Okay, so what ends up happening is less and less of an impact creates more symptoms and a greater degree of those symptoms. So that makes me nervous."
Well, he is right. I'm also calling cap on that because it's like what happened past season. Now, I don't want to, you know what? I mean, I say cap. He's not lying, but he also played every game. He played all 18 games last season.
That was a little bit of a reach. Yes.
So it's not a reach, but I don't think it's not. I don't think it's I don't want to say it's a determining factor, but it's kind of lower now in the scale of why. I'm looking more at play than I'm looking at health with him after what he went through last year. And here's the other thing. If they would protect his ass, because, I mean, not even protect his ass. Let me take that back. If they didn't have so many damn injuries and they had offensive line, other than my team, the Jets, the Dolphins had the second most injuries in the offensive line, second most offensive line starting lineups. Different lineups. So, yeah, they can shore up the offensive line, and that would help protect them as much as well. But I don't want to. I don't want to use that as so much of a determining factor right now.
Tua just made it through a season healthy as a horse, one of the healthiest players, if not the healthiest quarterback in the NFL. So that right there, maybe not the greatest
Right,
argument.
and with all those different offensive line, he still held up. Come
Still
on,
fine.
bro.
Never an issue. Never a worry. Well, not to say never a worry. We worry every game, but never was an issue this season. Totally healthy. Now here's number 3. Joe Klatt says he believes Michael Penix Jr. is a better downfield passer than Tua. Here we go. This is what he says. I've said this before. A guy that I could see stepping into that offense with that coach, with those weapons, and looking like he did in college is Michael Penix. Imagine starting over with a rookie deal at that position, solidifying some of the things that they've got, in particular in their skill positions, and having a guy that, quite honestly, is a better downfield passer than Tua. Penix is a better downfield passer than Tua. I'm not saying that like Tua is not going to be in the league, but I'm just saying if you're the Dolphins, you've got to really think about this. Yes, Tyreek had a great year. Had many times how many times did Tyreek have to adjust to an underthrown ball? Now, maybe that's a bad example because the guy is so fast, but it happens a lot. It happens a lot. Meanwhile, the best attribute that Michael Penix has, the number one attribute, is his ability to throw with great leverage and accuracy down the field. He says things a lot of things twice. Him in that offense, to me, I like what I see. I think it would be amazing. Michael Penix Jr. did have a nice touch, but Tua is also one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. Let's also remember Tyreek Hill, when he played with Kansas City, was also known to have to run back for some of Patrick Mahomes' balls. Pause.
I'm gonna let you slide with that one.
For some of his passes.
Yes.
Right. Remember that? Do you remember there? He did
there was a couple on the throne. I remember the 3rd and 14 in the Super Bowl live in Miami. I remember that big play where it was kind of he was throwing off his back foot. Listen, the only knock I'm gonna give to it right now is that I don't know if he can play in conditions that are not ideal.
Okay.
That's another one thing. But Penix went through a lot in college as well. And if you're I think what Joe Klatt's doing, he sees, if you're doing a comparison, who does this rookie, who's this quarterback remind you of? He's probably saying Michael Penix reminds him of Tua because they're left-handed and they can play in a type of system that Mike McDaniel has. If you want to do that, fine. But in doing that, what if Tua has another great season, lead the league in passing yards, touchdowns, whatever, and then has a great season? You don't want to be it. The Dolphins are in a nasty situation because you don't want to be Dak Prescott. You don't want to be the Dallas Cowboys. Remember that last contract? We'll pay Dak. They kept on pushing it, delaying it, and the more they delayed it, the more better he played. The more better he played, the more money he asked for and required. And guess what? That's what he got. And they could have gotten a better deal if they had signed him earlier. But they wanted to see if he can earn it, and he earned it. So now, are you going to do that with Tua? The guys led you to playoffs.
Led the league in passing yards. Built your whole offense around him.
But the question is, can you win a Super Bowl with him?
Can you win a playoff game with him is a bigger question.
If you're telling me you can win a playoff game with Michael Penix Jr., I don't know about that.
We don't know what Michael Penix Jr. can do in this league. We know he was very good at Washington. Joe Klatt does suggest, though, that the Dolphins would possibly find a trading partner and trade Tua. That partner, of course, would have to be willing to deal with his contract issues beyond 2024.
So let me ask you this, Joe Klatt. Be Joe Klatt there, Dan. Kuzan.
Let's go.
So you're going to tell me that you're going to tell the rest of those players in that locker room that we're not rebuilding when you're trying to trade Tua? Come on, man. What's he talking about, bro?
That's the other thing. And then he said, well, maybe, you bring him in for a quarterback competition. And we know that's the last thing the Dolphins ever want to do. The Dolphins do not. They've done enough this quarterback competition, enough with Tua. That's it. Michael Penix Jr., probably it's a moot point. Not going to slip that far in the draft. There's a premium on quarterbacks with strong arms. Michael Penix Jr. probably not going to fall to 21st, but if he does, I still don't think the Dolphins take him.
I thought you know who I thought you were gonna say? Bo Nix.
Oh, let's not even talk about that. That guy has backup written all over him
What
in the
about
NFL.
JJ McCarthy?
That guy has backup written all
He
over him in
does,
the
but he's a
NFL.
Michigan guy.
Once again, backup written all over him. You'd be much better served getting a good offensive lineman.
Listen, man, there's nobody that can replace number one right now, man.
Nope.
Tua is your guy.
We're married.
You're married. I know there was a lot of frustration after the loss, but it is important. We're in an important time right now. We're in an important time right now because you're in year 3 with McDaniel. His Nike fits on the grill. He's on the foreman. You got to figure out what you're going to do with Christian Wilkins, what you're going to do with X. Like, there's a lot of decisions that have to be made because, yes, no, you know what? If Joe Klatt sees the Dolphins falling apart and they're going to have to rebuild, then maybe you do that. But that's not what I think.
That's not what
That's
we're
not
in.
Stephen Ross. That's not
We're
Boss.
not in rebuild time.
Yeah, Boss Ross ain't. That's not his mindset.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the defense because in the next segment, the Dolphins did introduce their new defensive coordinator, Anthony Weaver. He had some interesting things to say. We're going to hear from him next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Listen to WQAM for Cat Talk. Look at the Panthers.
Vic Fangio's reign of terror as the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins is over.
Reign of terror. Come on.
Anthony Weaver's reign of terror as Dolphins defensive coordinator has begun. It's kind of a joke, but at the same time, you're kind of wreaking havoc and terror and with the defense and everything like that. That's what I meant. I was really just kind of making a joke. Nonetheless, Anthony Weaver was introduced the other day, kind of talked, as you said, about Vic Fangio's defense and how things are going to be very different, how Mike McDaniel and he are guys. But more specifically, he talked about some of the players he will either be coaching or hopes to coach. One of them, of course, a guy that is a big question mark right now, Christian Wilkins. Got to get paid. At the same time, do we have the money? We are so over the cap. But he was the initial rebuild guy. He was rebuild guy number one. He has been a leader of the defense. Anthony Weaver says he hopes he gets a chance to do some coaching with Christian Wilkins.
I love coaching good players, and obviously he is one of them. So have a tremendous amount of respect for him. Know that he's positioned himself, obviously, for a huge payday. And as an ex-player, I completely understand the business of the league. So love Christian, right? Would love to have him. But, man, we'll see.
Anthony Weaver sounded like a lot of Dolphins fans. Love him, but we'll see. I guess the Dolphins pay him, right? We find a way to pay him? Or is it one of those things? It's just too much.
You better, unless you trade him and get some draft picks.
Can you franchise him?
I think you can.
I think you can. So that might be it. So it seems like Anthony Weaver really does want Christian Wilkins on the team. I think we need Christian Wilkins on the team, not just for his talent, but the leadership.
Come on, man. That's your best defensive player. Him and Jalen.
He and Sealer have been great together, too. Of course, Jalen Phillips not playing this year, but you're talking about Jalen Ramsey. A lot of people last year said, man, Vic Fangio, he's just too stiff. Sometimes you got to move Jalen Ramsey side to side. Somebody's hot. Put him on there. Don't just sit there and stick with the game plan. Anthony Weaver says this year, if you got Jalen Ramsey, you better put him all over the place.
It's Jalen Ramsey. I mean, come on now. Like you talk about prototype corners. He is that, right? Size, length, speed, competitiveness. The thing about him is I think he's your ultimate chess piece. So to have him just sit outside and, be a field corner or boundary corner or something like that, I think is a detriment to him. We got to find ways to move him around where he can be most impactful. And we're committed to doing that.
Looks like,
that was subtle shots at Fangs. I'm telling you.
That's a definite. I mean, that's just,
yeah. I mean, he still got the player, the guy in the locker room in him. He can relate to the players more. I think the players will be excited playing for Anthony Weaver, but we shall see. Because for all you want to say about Fangs, that was a top 10 defense, and that was a top 5 defense until they had to go against Baltimore. But they held their own. To me, they weren't the ones that were playing bad towards the end of the season. They were holding it down. To be frank, to be honest. So we'll see.
That is true, though. But do you like the idea of Jalen Ramsey being all over the board?
Yeah, man. I mean, if he's your best player and you want to put him against the best wide receiver or the best receiver on the opposing team's offense, yes, you have to use him. And if he's willing, he wants to move around. You can't knock a guy, especially a guy of Jalen Ramsey's skill set, 10 talent, if he wants to go against Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase.
He should want to.
If he wants to follow them because he knows he can lock them down. I mean, that's one thing that I think the fact that you have a guy like that can really hold a side of the field.
Yeah.
A guy that you don't have to worry about. You don't have to send help. He can go man to man. And even though I'm still, father time is father time, injuries and everything like that, he may not be the same Jalen Ramsey he was, but he's still top 5 cornerback in the league, top 3 to me.
Yeah, and you feel as though Anthony Weaver knows that, and what he's going to do is if he sees a spot that he's needed, he's going to put him there. He's not going to hesitate to say, well, we kind of want to keep you there because that's our game plan and this and that. It's like, no, we need some fixing. We need some helping. We're going to put you out there because you're one of the best, and you're definitely going to help the situation if it is a detrimental situation for us. And you got to like that because
I
that's why
also
you're there.
think what he was saying without saying it is that he is relatable to the players and he will listen to the players' input and he will do what he can to make sure that their input is implemented in the game plans. That's basically what he was saying because that's what you were hearing about what was going on with Fangs. But I can understand Fang saying, like, look, it's working. My
Hey.
way's working. It's always worked.
Hey, look, it is working.
You
It
know?
was working.
But I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's he can't be worse though. That's one thing. You can't the defense can't be you've inherited a top 10 defense which was a top 5 defense.
Proven they can be that.
That they can proven that they can be even better to be a top 5 defense. So you can't fall down, you can't fall down the pack. You can't be a top, you can't go in a 13th, 14th, or 15th now.
Vlad, are we going to have to sit through this again? We did it last year with Fangio, and you and I were good about it. We said, look, let this team grow into it. Let them kind of develop. Give them some time to understand the defense. Now, all of a sudden, it's brand new again. Are we going to have to wait the first couple of weeks of the season and say the same thing? Be patient. It's a new system. The guys are learning the system. They're learning each other. They're gelling.
Well, if that's the case, then hopefully, the offense is probably going to do what they've done the last 2 seasons, which is start out fast, blow teams out, and you're all in awe of the offense. Then usually the defense get their act together. So by the time, and then everything's works.
That's the Dolphins' way. Have the offense start off 90-0 and give the defense some time to grow into it. Then when the defense finally grows into what they
then
need,
everything's good. Everything starts happening very well.
There's a little middle ground.
There's a middle ground of everything's merging together, and all of a sudden you have Super Bowl dreams and aspirations, and then December hits, and then all of a sudden the weather gets a little cooler in certain cities, and the weather conditions are different, and then all of a sudden, and here's the other fact: the injuries happen, and all of a sudden, Dolphins' dreams, go down in flames.
All right, so cool. Now we need to stay healthy. We need to keep the good offensive vibes going while the defense continues to get better.
And the coaching staff forgets how to coach.
That's true. That's true. Make adjustments. But I mean, Michael Penix Jr. might be the answer, and he'll be there next year, and everything will be okay.
No,
I'm joking.
It's Tua.
I'm full of jokes today. No, it's definitely Tua. That's it. So, I mean, I could see that very much that happening, Vlad, where the offense 90-0 at the beginning of the year gives the defense time to kind of gel, kind of adjust, get things going. Then the defense starts getting things going. If everyone can stay healthy, then maybe the offense continues some of the good mojo even through the bad weather of December. And we go into the playoffs riding high.
There's a lot of decisions you have to make and a lot of personnel you have to add, like a tight end.
That is something that we did. Although Durham Smythe did have a good season for it by his standards. Once again, when you have to qualify things, it kind of
by his standards is not. That's not good.
I know. I understand. Well, let's just main thing I think for the Dolphins is stay healthy, and I think everything else will sort itself out. There was a lot of injuries last year at the end of the year. Nonetheless, it's good to see that Anthony Weaver seems to be more of a player's coach and maybe a little more malleable or adjusting.
I like the subtle shots at Fangs.
We're all pros here, right?
But you gotta finish better than Fangs' defense did.
Yeah. It's okay to talk the talk. You got to walk the walk now. If this defense ends up being kind of lackluster this year, it's kind of the same defense, just different coach and scheme.
It's your third defensive coordinator, man.
No. All right. Well, Mr. Weaver, you got your work cut out. And also, a little bit of help would help also. Up next, going to get you caught up with everything happening in the world and sports world in general here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
day.
Beautiful day.
Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
And my cousin Vladimir Lewis song. We're taking you up to 3:30. That's going to get you ready for pregame. The Miami Hurricanes and the Boston College Eagles. They're up in Massachusetts. Get ready for that game. Hopefully the Canes can get things going, get a big win today, start getting some momentum flowing. I didn't ask you, Vlad, because I haven't seen you really since halftime show of the Super Bowl. That was a very long Super Bowl. The halftime show seemed pretty good. Usher, his performance, in your opinion, good, bad?
Very good.
Very good?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say good, not great.
I think it was great. I think it was great. I think it was very good.
But it was good, not great.
I think maybe top 10, top 12 performances of all time.
Okay.
I just think what happened with a guy with artists like this is that they have so many hits that there's certain songs you want to hear or see them perform a little bit longer than they did. So I think that was some people's critique about it, that there were certain songs they would have rather have heard than some of the choices that he picked. But
yeah, it's like Elton John. I mean, Elton John can't play all of his hits because you'll be there for like 12 hours.
But I mean, there are artists that are able to play the hits that their fan base wanted to hear or the fans wanted to hear. But I thought he nailed it. I thought he did a great job. I thought he brought Atlanta to the Super Bowl.
He did bring that.
And you just forget, like you said, I wasn't saying, damn, I forgot he had that. It was like, damn, that was a slap. That was like, geez,
he's got a lot.
It was just like, man, I put it this way. I want to see his tour now. I want to, when he's coming down here,
he's going to
South
be
Florida
Center.
I want to go see.
I like his new song too. So it was good. I think expectations were set a little high, and I think I'm part to blame because right before it started, I was like, seriously, this might be the greatest Super Bowl halftime show we've ever seen. It had the potential to be the greatest Super Bowl halftime show there ever was. He's got all the hits. Everyone loves him. They're great. He looked like $1 million out there.
Yeah, the obligatory take the shirt off to get the girls go crazy.
You expect that.
Yeah. All right, good. It shows that you've been working out the last 6 weeks. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
You got this personal trainer. You got the food service. You're good. The biggest surprise for me, Lil Jon, man, or Lil Jon.
No. What's your biggest surprise for you?
It didn't look like Lil Jon.
No, what about Jermaine Dupri looking like a miniature CeeLo Brown?
Yeah. But Lil Jon did not look like Lil Jon. Sounded exactly like Lil Jon.
Well, no, Lil Jon looked like he did not want to be around all these people. He didn't trust all these people that were around him. That's what it looked like.
Lil Jon looks different nowadays.
Luda was there.
Luda had the afro.
Apparently, I didn't know about this. I didn't know that Alicia Keys was off key when she started singing the first note of the My Boo.
Okay.
And they edited it out. In the
so
replay.
In the delay. Oh, in the replay.
Yeah. But she looked great. Let me ask you this.
She hasn't aged either. She
looks phenomenal. But let me ask you this, bro. Think Usher was a little handsy?
That's what the big controversy was. Swiss Beats, who is Alicia Keys' husband, who, if you don't know Swiss Beats, great producer, musician, longtime OG in the music game. He even kind of went out and said, look, don't worry about all that. Usher a little handsy. I don't think it was anything inappropriate.
I mean, in his Vegas residency.
He's gotten in trouble for that.
There was a lot of,
What did he get in trouble? Who did he get in trouble with?
Keke Palmer.
Yeah. Usher, man, be careful. Known for having those Roman hands. Not Italian, but he's got Roman hands.
Yeah, he's a nomad. He likes Roman.
I mean, if I looked like Usher, I probably would have some Roman hands because you get away with it probably a lot. Or it's actually invited.
Nah, fam, you can't be touching my girl.
No, you can't be touching other people's women.
Nah, you can't be touching my girl, B. Nah.
Would Swiss Beats on site him? I don't think so.
What if he had told them prior?
And I think this is one of those things. Everybody always tries to pull a
If I
stunt.
told you prior and you still did it, now we gotta have a conversation.
I think Usher might have come up and been like, "Look,
We
you
have
know,
a. I mean, we
it'll be
all
a
know
little
that we're all
sensuous."
entertainers and everything like that. It's just to elicit people's imaginations and whatnot. But still, man, I'm a man. Would you want me to do that to your wife?
No, I don't
All
like
right,
anybody
then.
doing that.
Stop,
I don't even like the doctor doing that stuff, man. Go to a male masseuse. Get the hell out of here. No one goes to male masseuses, do they?
Not males.
I went one time and they were like, "Do you have a preference for your masseuse?" I said, "Female." People looked at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "You go ahead and take the male." Sure enough, everybody else in line too. Yeah, female. Well, I mean, Dan did it. He started it, so I just like, I don't want no man hands with hairy knuckles and oh no.
Hey, yo.
I don't need that, man. No. Call me old fashioned. I don't know how we got on male masseuses from Usher and Alicia Keys, but
I'm just saying.
Both
We
of them
just
look like
no.
men
I know how, but it's just like, look, Usher, keep your hands to yourself, man. Stop
that
touching
is a married woman.
Stop touching the man's boo.
Now, if it was a single woman, it would be a little different, but still, yeah, you got it. But I mean, the thing is, everybody tries to act a fool during the halftime show. They're trying to do something controversial that gets attention, whether it be of course, the most famous one is the wardrobe malfunction.
Nah, this is just Usher just being Usher. He's just ushering.
MIA threw up a finger.
Right, but
Shakira's looking at the camera.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. But they try to do something that's memorable, which is fine. That might have been Usher's move right there.
I don't think that was his move there.
His move. So he's just a handsy guy.
He's just a handsy
Dude,
guy.
it is creepy. I'm gonna tell you because I'm out and about all the time doing trivia and running around, and when I see guys and girls that maybe aren't 100%, no, they don't know each other that well. They're on a first or second date, and the guy is real handsy, and the girl
he's not drunk.
There may be a little bit of alcohol involved, but nonetheless,
okay.
The girl is not.
I hate the handsy drunk.
Not saying no, but at the same time, giving that signal like, okay. It's awkward, dude. It's awkward for me. Like, I mean, what do you do? Just going,
I mean, you mind your business.
Yeah,
it's
not my business. Jump in a handsy situation.
And you tell it. The lady should tell him stop, and if he continues, bounce, leave.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been told. No, a girl the other day told me, she was like, yeah, no, the first time we went out, you were very handsy. And then I asked her like 2 or 3 days later, I said, was I really that handsy? Because I'm not that type of guy. She was like, no, I was just saying that because you were making fun of someone else. I was like,
wait, whoa. You see, you see, this is what I hate. You see, this is why the opposite sex. This is the problem with the opposite sex.
Because I was making fun of someone doing it.
So but then don't throw that accusation at you.
Yeah, no.
Because if somebody was a stranger, don't know you, don't know the person, don't know anything, all of a sudden now she just threw that accusation on you or that image, and now you're painted as a handsy guy. Hey, watch out for Dan. He's handsy guy when he gets drunk.
Now I got to be all, what do you call it? Self-conscious all the time when I'm out because I'm scared. Now
you're gonna be having your hands in your pockets
because I thought I wasn't handsy. And you say I am handsy, and if I didn't notice that I was handsy, maybe I am, and I'm not noticing it. But the fact is, you were just trying to make some bum that was actually really handsy feel better, even though it's too much.
Handsy guy,
it's too much.
Handsy guy's the worst.
Let's get on. Yeah, if you and your lady have been together for months, and that's the way you guys are, lovey-dovey, that's awesome. But when there's the girl that's kind of stiff, and the guy that's all like leaning in, like,
that's the difference. If that's your girl, that's PDA.
Yeah, that's cool.
If this is somebody you're just talking to.
And I see a lot of first-time dates at especially breweries. And I know Funky Buddha is the king of it. And I understand why, because Funky Buddha has everything you could want. A lot of space. It's not very intimidating. They have beer, alcohol, wine, food. There's a lot. It's a very simple first date. So I see a lot of first dates there. Some of them are awkward. Not to say I've never been on an awkward first date. Right here. But when I see a first date, and you can spot them from a mile away, Vlad. You're like, here we go. But if you are going on a first date this weekend or next week, Funky Boot is a great place. Monday night, stop by. I'll keep an eye on you and tell you how you did. I don't know. Panthers, they've been doing good. They're 4-1 since the All-Star break. They've actually won 4 in a row.
It's good that they're handsy.
They're very handsy. Very nice. They got the Lightning this afternoon, 5 o'clock. Let's go. Rivalry renewed.
You can listen to that on 790 Waxy.
Yes, sir. $7.90 the ticket. So you'll go from Mark Anthony and John
Bad Bunny?
Cicada. No, they don't play Bad Bunny.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
I've never heard Bad Bunny over there. Now, don't get confused
Some
because
Nina Sky.
during the week they'll be doing political
hear
talk
me.
during the day.
Yeah, in the weekend it's
Celia
all,
Cruz comes on all of a sudden.
and all of a sudden it's
Mark
Noche,
Anthony.
it's like Noche Buena all of a sudden on Saturdays.
And then all of a sudden you get live from Tampa Bay. It's Doug Plagans. And it's
Man, Panthers hockey.
that flips me out, man. I'm not gonna lie. That flips me out a little bit.
Well, that's what happens when you're the flagships of many teams.
Dolphins did introduce Anthony Weaver as their defensive coordinator the other day. He says he's excited possibly to work with Christian Wilkins, which we heard, and that Jalen Ramsey going to be like a chess piece all over the place. Strategery, as one of our presidents.
So would he be a
would say.
queen?
I'm not going to call Jalen Ramsey a queen, no.
But the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard.
All right, Jalen Ramsey's a queen. Canes men's basketball team, losers of 3 in a row, look to right the ship today. Boston College tip is at 4:00. Whew, man, this team searching for an identity. Hopefully they can get it going. Been very proud of Norchad O'Meara all year long. He has battled.
Only one that's been
battled,
balling,
and
man.
battled and battled.
Balling consistently. He's been the Canes' best player this season. Just don't know what happened with this team. I don't want to. It's not on Coach L. Injuries have hampered the team a lot, but the games that they won the last 2 years, they're not winning them, and they fall in some weird offensive slumps during games.
Yeah,
they were winning that game on Monday night against Clemson.
yes.
And then all of a sudden, it just went like in the second half, they were up, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
they couldn't score.
But I mean, on the other side of it, their loss to North Carolina, although North Carolina highly ranked, North Carolina's been doing this. The only little thing that slowed their downward decline over the past couple of games has been the win
but
against
but
Miami.
the Canes weren't that. But Canes weren't better than North Carolina to beat them.
It's tough times though. Canes baseball team though undefeated on the season. Well, last night was opening night. The JD Arteaga era has begun. An 8-7 walk-off for one of Vlad's favorite college teams, the New Jersey Institute of Technology.
Injit.
I'm going to be careful when I say that. Today, they play a doubleheader, 2 and 7 o'clock. They also play tomorrow, so it's a 4-game series. So I'm excited.
I bet you those kids from Jersey are happy too.
You figure if you're the Canes and you win night 1, the rest of the series might take care of themselves, because if I'm 18, 19, 21 years old and I'm in Miami from New Jersey,
I'm ready to be pooped. I got to play a doubleheader tonight.
Yeah, that's what's got them pooped, I'm sure. I got to figure out what I'm doing tonight, Vlad. I don't have no clue. Maybe I'll see the kids. Maybe I'll ask the kids from New Jersey Institute of Technology where they're going.
Oh, jeez.
The Grove, man. All-Star Weekend is here. Pacers' Benedict Mathurin. He won the Rising Stars MVP and hit the game-winning shot, 40-35. Jaime Jaquez Jr., I think he had 5 points last night for the Rising Stars. They
saving his energy for tonight.
Yeah, it's okay, man. Team Shannon Sharp defeated Team Stephen A in the celebrity game.
Team Shay Shay.
Stephen A did not come out looking very good in this celebrity game. He got shook, didn't he, in practice?
He did not get shook. He did not get shaken.
Didn't he fall in his derriere?
He fell getting a ball. They were shooting around. He went to get the ball, and I guess it was a slip spot, and he was wearing dress shoes. Not dress shoes, but like dress sneakers. Designer sneakers. And he slipped and busted his ass. Just a regular fall,
Okay.
right?
Still embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, but whatever, haha, you laugh it off. But then you forget something. And here's something to remember, folks. In life, when you take falls,
take them like a man.
No, you're going to take it like a man.
I'll laugh it
and
off.
you can laugh it off. But there's certain ages when you take a fall.
It's not pretty.
It's not the same effect.
Nope.
Case in point, I have a nephew. He's 1.5.
Take it like a man.
He falls. He wants to cry. I look at him. There's nothing wrong with you. Stop. You just want attention. And then he doesn't cry. I'm like, yeah, because you're a baby. You just want attention. There's nothing. Your dumbass shouldn't, I told you not to do it, but your dumbass did it. Now you fell. That's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. When you're 8, You
No
fall.
no big deal.
You fall off your bike. You fall off anything.
Get a boo-boo.
Boo-boo, right? Heck, 12, 13, 14,
Yeah.
nothing, man. You could fall, break your wrist, and you're back out and about. You're ready to. When you're 54 years old and you fall and bust your ass,
You may never be the same.
fam, he said he fell, got up, went along with his night, went to bed, and during the middle of the night, his ankle was flaring, blazing like he was in insurmountable amount of pain.
Yeah.
Insurmountable pain.
I think when you hit 30, falls become something very serious.
After 30, your falls are bad because here's the thing: you're not organized, you're not coordinated like you used to.
Right.
You know, you look like Vlad at playing against in the media basketball game, looking like Team Lava. Like, bro, you not because here's the thing: you know that you're about to fall, so you're scared. And you're not coordinated to like you were when you were young. You could fall, but like, boom, I just bust my ass. But now you know you don't want to bust your ass in an old age because if you do, it's more embarrassing, and you can hurt yourself
You can really hurt yourself.
severely.
Yeah.
Significantly. So yeah,
don't fall. Be careful. Tonight at 8:00, NBA All-Star Skills Challenge, 3-point shootout. Vlad's very, very interested in the Steph Curry Sabrina Ionescu.
he better not lose, B. He better not lose. And I love Sabrina. You know, she's a New York Liberty, but nah, this is man. This is gender war. I'm sorry, it's gender war.
And then there's the dunk contest where Jaime Jaquez Jr. will compete.
So it's a New York Knicks.
Ooh, who's competing for the Knicks?
Obi Toppin's other brother.
Ah, nice. So they had Obi Toppin, got rid of him, got his brother, traded him for the younger version.
Young Toppin.
Hey, yo.
The actual game tomorrow night at 8:00, they've gone back to the East-West matchup.
That's because of James Harden.
It's because of James Harden.
Remember that 2 years ago when Durant and LeBron?
Somebody got hurt, yeah.
No, not hurt. And then Harden
got
he got traded.
The feelings got hurt.
Yeah, the feelings got hurt. I'm sorry, you're right. And then
feelings can get hurt
yeah,
too.
no,
man.
feelings
Not
absolutely
just
can get hurt.
physical
You're
body.
right. You're absolutely right. More so than anybody. More so than anything. Yeah, they didn't want James Harden. They didn't want that situation to happen again. Harden looked so bad because Durant didn't want to, draft select him because he had gotten traded to Philadelphia. So now they're going back to the original All-Star game format where it was East versus West.
And then they're going to have that. Are they still going to have that goofy, weird where you get to a certain points and then whoever scores 20 points first and if Anthony Davis makes a free throw, it ends the game?
I don't think so because if you're doing East-West, you're not doing
terrible.
I don't know. Maybe they might. I mean, they did it with the Rising Stars game. The Rising Stars game is basically the same thing. You got to get to 40 points.
You got to get to 40. Yeah.
So
I
don't know.
Don't look now, but MLS season about to start Wednesday, 8:00. Inter Miami, Real Salt Lake. I will say this: Inter Miami this preseason has been absolutely horrendous. Does that mean anything? No. Absolutely horrendous, though. Horrendous. Terrible. Not scoring goals. Messi barely playing, sometimes not playing. Horrendous.
By the way, guys, I would enjoy this. I would enjoy this season of Lionel Messi
It's your chance.
and Inter Miami.
Take advantage while you can.
Take advantage while you can, because it may be your last.
Yeah, might get that. Marlins do continue spring training up in Jupiter this weekend. There is some interest in White Sox, our former White Sox shortstop Tim Anderson. He is a free agent.
When's opening day?
Opening day is going to be March 28th, Lone Depot Park.
Who are they facing?
I do not remember who they're facing.
They faced the Mets last year. Let me guess.
No,
they probably facing the Phillies.
I don't think so. Let's see.
Stop the Braves.
I do like their new slogan. Got plans? Skip it. And they have a picture of.
Do we have a lot of noon games? I love the noon games.
We'll go to some noon games.
Yeah, we don't get wasted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to park out in someone's front yard and just get loaded. They actually open the season March 28th against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right.
That's even better, man. We got 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 4 o'clock, a 1:40 game. March 31st.
It's a 4-game series?
March 31st. I think that's a weekend, though. Nonetheless, that's a good one. April 3rd against the Angels at 1. man.
I'll go see Trout.
I'll go to some early games, man. We can go to some early games. I can get us in. Don't worry about that. We'll spend all the money. And then they got that little sidebar, too. If you get there the first 3 innings and early, this like really cheap.
No, there's some good bars, man. There's some woo.
We
There's some.
can get it started in
There
Little
is some
Havana.
talent that is hidden in some sidebars at Lone Depot Park. Fam,
You and I, though, we're going to get it started in just a little Havana, just kind of walking around from the parking lot or from the place we park on the street to the game and then go in and
yeah, man, go support your Marlins, man.
You know what? It really is really great and fun. It's indoors. It's climate controlled. It really is a great situation. And this year, hey, look, you never know what's going to happen. Yuri Perez is on a to be determined inning count.
You have the 2-time AL and National League batting champion,
Luis Arias,
yes,
who did not win arbitration with the team.
That's nasty work, by the way. Come on, man. Come on, arbitrators.
Part of your team. Don't arbitrate. Jazz Chisholm Jr. also did not win arbitration with the team.
He's hurt all the time, bro.
But it also only cost him like only $300,000. That's like, oh, come on, guys. Max Meyer, who's coming off of Tommy John surgery. There's talk that he could possibly enter the starting lineup. And of course, we do know Sandy Alcantara will not play this season because he is dealing with the Tommy John surgery. But nonetheless, another exciting year. Let's get wild. A couple of quick notes I do want to mention. The NBA has announced its finalists for the Hall of Fame includes Vince Carter. That's a no-brainer, correct?
Yeah, Vinsanity. Come on, man.
Chauncey Billups.
Mr. Big Shot.
Most likely gets in, right?
Absolutely. No, not most likely. Definitely.
Former Laker Michael Cooper.
Coop.
Coop.
Yeah, Coop's definitely getting in.
I like Coop because he was high flying, and he also had that 80s look. Minnesota Lynx and LSU grad Simone Augustus.
Yeah.
Put her in. And Wisconsin coach Bo Ryan.
I guess. I mean, he's been in Wisconsin for a long time.
He's been winning this, went to a Final Four, went to a
well, yeah,
game.
when they had Frank the Tank.
Yeah.
They had some good seasons. They had some Hoosier seasons.
They went to a final one.
A lot
year.
of intangibles then, you know.
Oh, well, that's all
he get the best
has.
intangibles out there.
That's they play very. I say they just play very fundamental basketball. That's what that means. Whenever they say he's really good at the fundamentals,
that's mean he's a white boy.
Like Jaime Jaquez Jr., he's got great footwork. I know what you mean.
No, he does have great footwork.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, he does have great footwork.
The dunk contest.
It's not that when we talk about Jaime, it's not, you know, code word for anything like that. But for other athletes, you know when it's code word.
What about the Wizards? They agreed with guard DeLon Wright to buy out his contract. Now he's going to join the Heat. He only was playing about 14 minutes. The Wizards, though, were in kind of weird mood this year. He did average 7.5 points.
Bro, have you watched a Wizards game?
Yeah, they're terrible. I mean,
no,
Jordan
have you
Poole's
really watched a Wizards game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched the Blazers game too earlier this year.
I got the season pass royalty.
Yeah. Me too.
So royalty too. .com.
Don't check my bank account. Go ahead.
So I gamble on the Wizards, and they are the funniest. They're the most hysterical team I've ever seen in the NBA. Jordan Poole is doing things. He thinks he's at the Rucker. He thinks he's at the Rucker.
He got nothing to lose.
And Kyle Kuzma, who could have been traded to the Dallas Mavericks, said, "Nah, I want to stay here in DC
just so you can have fun
and build something here." What?
Build? I mean, there's only one way from where they're at is up, but goodness gracious.
You can't win with them.
I mean, you can legit tell me, oh, man, they got a dude on the team that you better watch out for. His name's LeVar Coles. I couldn't tell you if he was really a member of the team or not, lad. Yeah, I mean, I think there's actually a guy that for the first half goes out and sells hot dogs in the stands. In the second half, suits up and plays backup guard for the Wizards. Like, hey, it's a no man's land out there. Stick around, build something. Okay. Keep it going, brother. Kyle Kuzma. Thank goodness he was off the trading block when Anthony Davis went to the Lakers. They said, you can have Brandon Ingram, but you can't have Kyle Kuzma. Thank you. Pelicans won that one. Woo. Speaking of winning, let's real quick take a step into the day spa. You'll like this one, Vlad. A European survivalist admits to reusing his own poop as kindling to start fires to heat up snacks and food.
Wait, what? He's using his poop to fire up stuff?
Yeah, that's like kindling for his fires to heat up and barbecue and cook and do all his other stuff.
You know what? I'm not knocking it. You know why I'm not knocking it?
Please.
Because if there's some apocalypse stuff that happens, you might have to use that to survive. So therefore, I'm not knocking.
So maybe you'd like some poo-poo pork?
-1.
Okay, maybe you didn't like that. But up next, let's do a little quick what I like. Some of the things you and I liked in the sports world over the past week right here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. Kind of brother.
I'm the kind of brother who've been doing it my way, getting my way for years.
Oh, like that one right there. Caught up. Usher. Killed it at the halftime show. Loved it. So caught up. So many bangers. They all slap. Just play them every night when I'm out. Just playing them. Oh, like that Usher stuff. Oh, we got to get into what I like, Vlad. Some of the stuff you and I liked in the sports world over the past, let's just say, week or so. Kansas City, they did held their Super Bowl victory parade. Of course, it was marred by some very nastiness. There was gunfire and gun.
Thoughts and prayers out to those people. Man.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying this. I mean, and like, it has been deemed that it was an altercation that caused the gunfire and not a terrorist act or a random shooting. We are definitely thinking of those people, especially the Kansas City radio personality who actually passed away in the shooting.
The DJ, right? Yeah.
Right. Kansas City has vowed that they are not going to stop having parades, whether it be for St. Patrick's Day or more Super Bowl parades. They said they're not going to bear victim to that. They're just going to heighten security, which I really do like. But one thing, let's talk about the lighter side of the celebration. Look, what do you do when you win a championship and you go to the parade as a player? What's the first thing you're thinking of doing, Vlad?
Getting drunk.
Absolutely hammered and making a fool of yourself. I'm really not even a fool of yourself, just getting hammered. So Travis Kelce having himself a week. He and Taylor Swift, I was going to call her something else, but let's just go to he and Taylor Swift.
What you call him?
T Sweezy or
Oh
something
my
like
God.
that. Nonetheless, they had their moment. We're going to get into that also right now. But then he and the boys got together. He had himself a good little time. Couple things. Number one, that was
Dunzo.
Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places. Number two, when I first heard that audio, I thought it was audio of me on a Friday night at Duffy's in Plantation. Number three, wow, man.
Dunzo, bro. Dunzo.
Did you hear that they isolated the audio of he and Taylor Swift at the end of the game when they were embracing?
Yes. Apparently she said she was so turned on. Like something to that.
That's not what I heard.
Oh, what did you hear?
No, it was actually very innocent and nice. I thought it was going to be I love you. And it was really just, this means so much to me. Thank you so much for traveling halfway across the world to be here. And she was just like, this is amazing. And he was like, thank you. You are so awesome. You are so great. This is amazing.
Maybe I was watching Levitard's show.
Yeah, there might have been a joke in there.
No. She said something like this is like she can't believe it. This is like the most unbelievable feeling she's ever had.
Yeah, it was stuff like that. It was very innocent, and they
were trying to break it down, and like if they said that she was like turned on, or she was just like the most horny she was ever been. I don't know. It was but hey,
They both like me whenever they're with someone. Very careful in their wording. You are so awesome. You are so amazing. Thank you for traveling across the world. This is so amazing. This is awesome. Never was those words like I love you or you're the
she was turned on by that. Come on.
You gotta be.
Women always listen. Women are turned on by
they like success.
They love success, especially when they play in a physical game like that, football, and then they win. They're the champions. Come on, man.
I like Travis Kelce singing though. Nonetheless, I
don't know if I like him singing, but he seems like a cool drunk,
solid effort right there.
Cool drunk person.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting trashed and missing some lyrics right there. Now, speaking of the Super Bowl, Charlie Weiss. We haven't heard his name in a while. Remember, he was I would say the OG offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, Tom Brady, and all that. He, like a lot of people, weren't very happy with the final call of the game and kind of had some interesting words for Tony Romo.
I wasn't listening to those guys because they really turned me off, I have to tell you. I'd rather they turn me off. I mean, I listened at the end of the game and I listened to Tony Romo ruin the moment.
I thought you said you didn't listen to it.
I know.
Just shut up and let us savor the moment. Just be quiet. Nance had already said jackpot, he had already said that should have been the end of the conversion. I don't need to hear your
Conversion?
analysis of what just happened. I just watched it. I want to watch the moment. I want to enjoy the moment as a sports fan.
Huh? So he doesn't listen to them, but he did listen to them, and he didn't like what he heard. I'm so serious.
I thought you said you didn't listen to them, and then you said you listened to them. Yeah, you lost me with that. I don't want to hear anything from you, Johnny.
I'm also just sick of everyone always critiquing TV announcers. Like, I'll be the first to make fun and make jokes, and they step on each other and do stuff like that. But like, people come to me, I don't know if I'm watching the game today. Why? Jim Nantz is on the call. Like, what do you care? Do you really care? I don't even remember a word that those guys said. I was drinking, having fun with my friends, enjoying the game. It's just like seasoning it on a steak. It's not the steak. Oh man, the best announcer is Iron Eagle. Okay. People come up to me, oh, do you know who's calling the game Saturday? No, and I don't care. Oh, I was asking you. I thought you knew. No, I don't care. Half the time I'm drunk, watching it at a bar. Don't listen to these guys. Let them have their moment. Charlie Weiss, get out of here. Klay Thompson, hear this, Vlad, coming off the bench now. Still doing good, though. He came off the bench against the Utah Jazz, dropped 35, including a big-time three.
Back to the basket. Klay gets it from Kuminga, fires a three. It's another one. Oh, Klay Thompson, 7 of 11 from downtown. He's got 35.
Is he making a statement saying, you want to put me on the bench?
No, man. This is last attempt, baby.
Is it?
It's nasty work.
Okay.
It's nasty work. Listen.
Is it that bad? Vlad, calm yourself.
You know why? Because I thought about this morning. Nobody ever tells you the opposite end of a dynasty.
No, there's some sad endings.
No, you die nasty.
Sad endings. Everybody starts getting there.
No, you die nasty. And Klay Thompson is dying nasty right now. You're seeing it right before our eyes that he's no longer the same player that he once was when he was a focal point of that Golden State dynasty, along with Steph, the light-skinned twins, Splash Brothers. But he's not the same anymore.
No.
So it's taking a long time for him to come to the realization that he's not the guy anymore. And then now you're a guy that's now, because your value is not the same anymore. He wanted a big contract.
Mm.
He wanted a big contract. And they offered him 2 years, $48 million. He said no. And now he's man, he give up his soul right now to get that offer right now from Golden State.
So 35 off the bench, man. I don't know.
So good. Hey, that's a good start. Hey, that's the first game. Can he consistently do that?
No.
Let's see. All right. And therefore, if you don't believe that, then yeah.
Someone who's been consistent throughout their career so far made history this past week. One Caitlin Clark.
Dug up by Gabby Marshall. Scoops a pass to Clark. Logo 3. 22 is now number 1. Caitlin Clark is the NCAA's all-time scoring leader in women's basketball history. Fitting a Logo 3.
Yeah, she was all over the court. She finished with 49. That is a record for women's basketball at the University of Iowa. They defeated Michigan pretty badly. She passes Kelsey Plum. But get this, Vlad. She's got a lot of season left, a lot of postseason left. She is just 99 points behind Pistol Pete Maravich of LSU to become the all-time men, women's, and everything in between scorer in college basketball. That's going to happen. And you know what? As an LSU alum, I like it. And
Okay.
we've done the gender wars today. We know how you are a little bit.
Ladies can't leave early,
Well, that's the other thing. Also, Pistol Pete could not play his freshman year. So he did this in 3 years without a three-point line. That's what a lot of LSU and a lot of other people are going to point out.
Come on, it's Pistol Pete, man. Come on. First of all, congratulations to Caitlin Clark.
She's a baller.
She's absolutely one of the best college basketball players, men and women, ever. But I don't know if she's the best female college basketball player I've ever seen.
I mean, I don't think she is. But
There is not. There is a list of names of great women's college basketball players. Your girl, Kim Mulkey back
Kim
in the
Mulkey,
days.
yeah,
You said
Louisiana
that.
Tech.
But Shamika Holscore,
Oh, yeah.
Candace Parker, Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Brittany Griner,
Cheryl
Cheryl
Swoops,
Swoops,
Cynthia Cooper.
Who else? Maya Moore.
I mean, if you're going off championships, Angel Reese is a more successful
Angel Reese.
player than Caitlin Clark.
Simone
Augustus, she turned that program around over at LSU.
Tamika Catchings.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of great women college basketball players. I think what's great about her is that because of the fact that there's been more focus and more eyes put on women's college basketball, she's taken advantage of it, and she's helped bring it to new heights, and that's
she's a
good
brand, and she fits a lot of things that people are looking for in a brand of basketball.
And if you
player.
look at it, that's good. Like, you have Sabrina, who's already established in the WNBA, and she's going to take on Steph in the 3-point contest today. Then you have Caitlin, doing what she's doing in college basketball. So when she goes into the WNBA, there's going to be eyes that's going to want to see her. So, that's good that is good for the WNBA. And probably Adam Silver's happy because now the NBA don't have to start hemorrhaging money to the WNBA. I'm sorry, it's the truth.
It's the truth. Yes, you can look up the numbers. You're just keeping it a buck, Vlad. And up next, we're going to do a quick segment to keep it a buck because there's a saying that you often say and you spit out on the radio that might just be true.
It's always true when I say it.
All right, we're going to talk about it next. Keep it a buck. 560 WQAM.
Ask your device to play WQAM.
All our shows, all our games, all our shenanigans.
WQAM.
On your smart speaker.
San Francisco 49ers, they lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know who would have called that one, you and I, Vlad, multiple times. Nonetheless, you've said it a billion times, and we're going to keep it a buck right now. When you lose, when something goes wrong in the sports world, the streets need a body. San Francisco 49ers fans, streets need a body.
Steve Wilkes.
Why?
What did he do?
What did the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers do?
Here's where bear with me here.
1 year.
Well, walk with your boy.
One year.
Walk with your cousin.
Let's go. Streets need a body.
Isn't it ironic that two teams that run similar offenses that had top 10 defenses, when they got late in the season in critical postseason games, their offense, for some reason, stopped running the ball because their offensive game planner, their offensive genius, stops running the ball. Defense holds their part of their job, hold their part of the deal, does what they need to do to keep them in the game and win the game, and yet the defensive coordinators either get fired or brought back. I'm just saying, it's just ironic. What a coincidence.
Streets need a body. Who
I'm
are
just
they going to
saying.
fire? They're not going to fire Kyle Shanahan.
Why not? He's the Doc Rivers of this damn thing.
He's the reason.
He's the Doc Rivers of the NFL
To
coaching.
me, we said it before the game. He and Brock Purdy are the reason they're not going to win this game.
And I'm not even putting the blame on Purdy. We haven't talked about it. This is our first time talking about it. I know the game is a week old already, nearly a week old, but I don't blame it on Brock Purdy. I blame it on Kyle Shanahan. How many times, fam? 28-3, 17-7, 20-10.
Remember, he's lost a couple double-digit leads in Super Bowls.
That's what I'm saying, fam. 28-3.
20, yeah.
Okay. 20-10 to the Chiefs in Super Bowl live.
Right here in Miami.
And then you lost a 10-0 lead. And you had the lead in the fourth.
And
you don't want to run the ball.
By the way, bad look not knowing the rules of overtime.
It's just nasty
Another
work.
thing, I didn't get this. Let's keep it a buck, Vlad. Maybe you don't know the rules of overtime.
Just don't voice it out.
Well, that's not only keep it a buck, that's keep it obvious. How about this? Call to the can we get some type of assistant to look up the rules real quick? Google.
And by the way,
Google.
And let's keep it a buck.
And
You're not gonna win either way you choose. There's not a clear advantage if you go second or if you go first.
That's silly.
That's silly. Stop. I just think it was, you know what it is? It's one of those good sports radio, sports TV topics that you're gonna have you're gonna have two different opinions. And if it doesn't work out, then those who are, hey, you should have taken the ball second will have a leg to stand on.
You do like to have the advantage of knowing what you need or what you don't need, but
I just need a score, and I need to make a stop.
But I mean, okay, number one, hey, could someone Google the overtime rules before we during this commercial break? That's all you got to do. Some guy or girl sits there, takes 5 seconds, Vlad. Radio down. Let me read it to you real quick. Real simple. Number two, pretty sure they have some type of assistant or some type of lower level management person, lower level coach watching the broadcast where they clearly state on the broadcast, unless you're Charlie Weiss, not listening, what the rules were. They said it very clearly on TV. I knew what the rules were, and the 49ers coaching staff didn't. I don't know about all that. That's why the streets need a body. Kyle Shanahan, that might be the body you need. No, he's too good of a coach. For what? To get you there close enough, then flail away?
Nasty work, bro.
Streets needed a body. Unfortunately.
But it wasn't Steve Wilkes that needed to go.
Still, Wilkes was what a sacrificial lamb you throw out there. 1 year on the job, too. Now, I understand their defense wasn't as good in the postseason as it was during the regular season, but then again, you're playing better teams. Man, why you can't fire some type of assistant or some type of equipment manager? I mean, I hate to be a special teams coach. You missed an extra point. Fire that guy.
Yeah, but he also hit
Yeah,
250-yard
he hit,
bomb.
he hit a record bomb that got taken away the next week. Still,
But nah, it was nasty work, bro. Like, come on, man. Kyle Shanahan, I'm looking at you. They saying that you're Andy Reid, Philadelphia Eagle, Andy Reid. I don't know. I'm telling you, they all play Madden. That's what they all do. I'm telling you, it's Mike McDaniel, it's Kyle Shanahan, it's Sean McVay, Zach Taylor. They all play. What's his name, LaFleur. They
Matt
all play
LaFleur.
Madden on the headsets, and that's what they. This is why they don't win, except for McVay. McVay got out of that. He realized run the damn ball,
Yeah.
or get a damn quarterback. And what's my number one point about Kyle Shanahan?
He does not want the quarterback to outshine him.
They have all pros in every position except for one. And you know why? Because he thinks he's the all pro.
He's got a God complex, and it cost him. It cost them big time. That's Keep It a Buck. Up next, going to get you up to date right here. Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
We got texts coming in 305-567-0560. You can also jump up on the Odyssey app, not to mention YouTube Live and Twitch. My friend Seth, he texted in Galentine's Day is 365 days a year. Well, depends how your Galentine is going right there. Also got some other interesting texts coming in. One said 305, top 10 defense isn't something to be proud of. The Jets were third. That's something to be proud of.
I don't know if he's a Jet fan. If he's a Jet fan, what up, my guy? But when I mentioned that, it's because I was saying that Miami was one of the few teams to have a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense. They had a top 5 offense and a top 10 defense. And when you have that, that's usually the recipe for you to win and be successful in the postseason. And they weren't. And we're still trying to figure out why, because it's the last 2 years they've been the wild card. And it seems to me they go away from what get them there, which is running the ball. If you're a top 5 running attack, why aren't you running the ball? So those are the questions that need to be asked.
Yeah, we definitely got to ask those questions and kind of see what's going on right there. Anthony Weaver, maybe the answer right there, but the defense was fine. The offense kind of faltered at the end of the year.
Defense was fine. I mean, bro, defense gave up what, 22 points to the Chiefs?
Yes. That was good.
In those conditions,
it was good.
It was pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Pretty.
With all those injuries?
With all the injuries. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No, the defense ascended. The offense descended.
Right. And the question is, you got a guy now that is more relatable to the players, that is not going to question the authority of the coach, who's on the George Foreman grill. His Nike fit is on. Yeah, his Nike fit's on the grill there, Dan.
Even with a lackluster season.
Third season. This is your third year with Tua, and this is an important year for both because Tua's paying for a big contract.
He's playing for a big contract.
All right, and you need to see something right now. After which this is what 15 winning his third Super Bowl did, and we said it. This is why we laughed at it. Remember, we were the only ones. At least we were. I knew we were one of the few that was not worried about the Chiefs and struggling the regular season.
Man, how many times did we say, calm yourself?
You kept on saying, don't worry, when the postseason comes, they're going to catch the ball. And I said, don't worry, once the postseason comes, 87-15 will be 87-15. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. And what made it bad was because you saw flaws. You saw that they weren't as dominant as they once were. But they were about to sneak a Super Bowl. I don't even want to say sneak a Super Bowl. They were about to win a Super Bowl when they weren't there at their best. And they know they weren't at their best. And they still won back-to-back Super Bowls. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to get better at the positions that people deem to be a weakness. And then what happens? He hasn't even scratched his prime yet. Patrick Mahomes hasn't even scratched his prime.
No,
he hasn't
I think he's in his prime right now.
No.
5 years.
No. There's a prime when that physical and mental all merge. Oh, it's nasty work, baby. It's gonna be nasty work. It's gonna be nasty.
Remember when they caught the touchdown? They were doing all this. You know they were saying, I ain't dropped that pass. I ain't dropping this pass. You knew
it. MVS didn't drop a ball.
With Marquez.
All the most. You know what's funny, Dan? The most important passes in the postseason were thrown to MVS, and he caught them all.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling caught that touchdown pass. Does this number, and I know what we're saying. I ain't dropping no more. I ain't dropping no.
He didn't drop the pass in third down against Baltimore that sealed the game. He didn't drop the passes against Buffalo in the divisional round.
You look at it all year long. The team that beat Kansas City was Kansas City. They beat themselves. That's why you knew when they got in the postseason, they weren't going to beat themselves. And people still, there's many pundits here in Miami and nationally. This ain't the Kansas City team we're used to. There's problems. Like, this is the Kansas City team we've been used to the past couple of years. We've been saying, what's wrong with them? They're not good enough. They can't compete with the Eagles. They're lucky to be here in the Super Bowl. Well, guess what? They do it every year. This is the team that we are expecting. That's the team. You and I, we never saw that Chiefs that wolf, and we never saw the sheep's clothing
Yeah,
around.
because
that
we're
wolf.
not dumb. When you have the best player, you never go against the best player. When they've shown you over and over that they can overcome obstacles.
The year before, they did pretty much the same thing. Not the same Chiefs team, not doing this. They do a lot of things wrong. Like I said, they kind of back your way in with that late hit against Cincinnati when Mahomes was out of bounds. They should have lost that
I
game.
mean, it was a sideline hit.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's all these things that they should.
But and that's the other,
and they still find.
And that's the
ways
other
to
thing.
win.
This is the other thing I hate. And we talked about this. They love you to hate you to love you again, right?
Now everybody loves them again.
No. They're hated. They're the villain. They're the villains again.
No, people hate Kansas City now.
Yeah, they're the
Dude,
villains.
everywhere I go, people are geared up all over the place.
Nah, they're the
South
villains.
Florida geared up for KC.
Nah, they're the
Okay.
villains. They're the villains.
Really? I just like, it's like that cousin that always comes around and either asks for money or steals from you. Comes to you one day after they've robbed you or they've asked for money for 10 times in a row. Hey man, look, I really want to apologize for all I've done in the past. I had some problems. I'm worked on them. You know, I'm a different man now. I'm a different person. You got to trust me. I need this. I need you to trust me. Just, let me stay at your place tonight. I'll be gone in the morning. I'll even buy breakfast. Come on, man. Like, I'm new. And what do? Are you like Vlad and I and say, get the hell off my property? I know who you are. I know what you're going to do. Or do you say, okay. We knew who Kansas City was. They wanted us to feel all year long like they're this team that doesn't have it together. They don't know what they're doing. Heck, they'll be lucky to make it to the playoffs at this pace. And you and I said, no.
And that's the reason why fan bases in South Florida, Buffalo, and Baltimore, and Houston thought that this was the year they can get in, sneak one in, and get to the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. And now, guess what, Cousin? Realize number 15 is he's a crazy mofo.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do legendary stuff.
He might.
So in 2024, the Chiefs are going for a three-peat.
Never done.
Jim Harbaugh is the coach of the Chargers. Antonio Pierce is the full head coach of the Las Vegas
They're
Raiders.
going to be good.
Sean Payton, I don't know what he's doing in Denver, but
figure
it's
that
going to
out.
be his second year. He's going to have full control, right? They already know his what he's about. Houston's getting better. Sunshine is going to rebound from a terrible year in Jacksonville,
Yes.
right?
Who is going to be MVP?
I didn't get to the AFC East yet.
Okay, I was just trying.
Joe Burrow's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh
They're pretty good without him too.
Pittsburgh's probably going to make a move.
Yeah,
At quarterback.
They might get a little Justin Fields action.
Lamar's the MVP.
We know who he is.
And I don't know what Deshaun's going to do, but Cleveland's always a good team. I can never go against Kevin Stefanski.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron's coming back.
Yep.
Buffalo's still they run the AFC East.
Yep.
I'm not worried about the Patriots. But Miami, you have a coach in his third season, and you have a quarterback going into his final year of his contract. A lot of questions. A lot of questions that need to be answered.
I mean, when you put it that way, it sounds really, really rough. It's a lot of talent, but that's why we play all the games. It's all going to shake out in the end. But from preseason to the very last second, Vlad, you and I said the favorites to win the Super Bowl. And I know it's easy because they won it last year. We never wavered. We never bought the poppycock that they were trying to sell.
Poppycock.
You and I kept saying, Kansas City. No, man, no. You don't know this team. It's not. Okay. Go ahead. Never bet against them. Now, next year, they're going to come out and they might lose their first 3 games. And people, you know what I'm going to say? Stop yourself. Dolphins might come out and win the first 11 games. You know what Dolphins fans are going to be saying? Stop yourself.
And that's the thing. This is what I hate. And I tell you the 4-letter word that has 2 vowels in it, O and E, and it's not love. Hope. You're going to go into next season with all these, they got to show me, they got to prove me this. But once the game starts to matter and you start watching the games, you get fully invested again. they start playing well, you're gonna think this is the year. That's every fan. Every fan thinks next year is the year.
I'm not gonna lie. I really do think the Dolphins next year are gonna win a playoff game, make some noise in the playoffs. I really do. I mean,
I don't know about that, bro.
I really do. Look, it's a third year. Mike
Can we
McDaniel,
wait? Can we wait till June? Can we wait till June?
Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill.
Is Christian Wilkins gonna be on the team?
Find a way to get him back.
No.
Yes.
I'm asking you a question.
Yes,
Okay.
of course. You find a way.
All right.
Find a way to get him back. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna start off hot. You know that. You're gonna win a bunch of games at the beginning. Now all you got to do is just figure out December. Got to reorganize a little bit in the offseason. Make the adjustments. Make those adjustments to the team that we didn't make enough adjustments last year. We all said that. This year, it's all about the year of adjustments. Start playing better in December. Start running the ball a little bit more. Stay healthy. You get all that? Hey, here we go. Buffalo, take a seat. Take a seat. Miami Heat also in action, but we're more worried about the Miami Dolphins making it happen. Let's go. It's too early for all that nonsense, though, but I still stay very hopeful of this team. And I know next year I'm going to get this. You don't know. I know this team. Wait till December. Okay, well, wait until December. Enjoy the ride. I'm going to buy the ticket, enjoy the ride. When we get to December, I'm going to say the exact same thing I said. Stop being like that. And I'm going to get the exact same things that I got from people. I know this team. And I say, oh, goodness. We'll see who's right this time. Most of the Dolphins fans were right this time when they last year when they told me this. I know this team, and I told them, nah, stop being like that. Really thought they were going to make some moves, but they did beat the Dallas Cowboys. We do have that. Let's get to some headlines. The Panthers got their franchise record 10th road victory in a row last night. Oh, not really last night. It was actually the other night. Anthony Stolars helped blank the Buffalo Sabres 4-0. They are 4-1 since the All-Star break. They lost that first one to Philadelphia. They won the last 4. They look to keep things going on the road tonight in Tampa Bay against the Lightning. That is going to be a 5 o'clock puck drop. The Dolphins introduced Anthony Weaver as their defensive coordinator the other day. He hopes to work with Christian Wilkins, who is an unrestricted free agent, and can't wait to have Jalen Ramsey basically all over the field. Canes men's basketball team, losers of 3 in a row, look to right the ship today against Boston College. That tip is at 4. Vlad and I will take you up to pregame at 3:30. I know our guy Sergey is very happy about this on the Twitch and the YouTube. Miami Hurricanes baseball opened their season and the JT Arteaga era with an 8-7 walk-off win over New Jersey Institute of Technology. Vlad, you say about New Jersey Institute of Technology?
Injit.
Okay. Today, doubleheader. Just got underway at 2 o'clock. Then they got another one at 7. They play another game tomorrow.
I got to go to a game at what's it called?
Mark Light Field. It's
Mark
Alex
Light Field.
Rodriguez.
It's Alex Rodriguez Stadium at Mark Light Field.
Field.
That's a lot of words, bro. Just call it the Light. I'm going to see Miami take on Duke this Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully they're going to that game on a winning streak after beating Boston College today.
That's going to be nice, yes.
And it's good to see that Hurricanes baseball season is beginning.
Oh, I love some baseball action, man. Go down Titanic, go see the Metro Rail boys, then go to the game. Just kind of take it easy, relax, man. It's good atmosphere. Got some atmosphere in Indianapolis this weekend. It is All-Star weekend tonight, beginning at 8. I'm going to save the best for last for you, Vlad. Skills challenge, 3-point shootout. There's a dunk contest with Jaime Jaquez Jr., but a lot of eyes going to be on the battle of the sexes.
Does that end the show? Does that end the Saturday night festivities?
You would, I mean, that's a lot of star power. I would think the dunk contest is always like the glitz and glam.
There's no names on the dunking contest.
Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Okay, there's no names at the NBA fringe public, the fringe fans. They don't know who Jaime Jaquez Jr. is.
Right. But I mean, you do have a possibility of Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu being anticlimactic too.
Oh yeah, Steph goes Steph. Yeah.
Well, there's a multitude of things that can happen. A, Steph goes Steph and blows her out of the gym.
Yes, that's what
B,
we want.
they both are ice cold and it's unbearable to watch.
As long as he wins.
But I'm just saying, those are two options that could possibly happen that make it land flat.
As long as he wins.
I mean, if Sabrina blows them out or Sabrina wins or Sabrina, if it keeps it close, it's amazing. It's the greatest spectacle in basketball. But if Steph like lights her up and she's just ice cold, that's a bad look, and it's really kind of boring.
No.
If both of them kind of get ice cold, or maybe one of them's ice cold and the other one I'm not saying which one takes, pulls some punches and also misses some shots on purpose. That also kind of
Steph can't miss on purpose.
No, I think that's a lead up to the dunk competition. I do. I think that's a perfect warm up for the dunk competition.
I think no. I think this is what they're gonna do.
No
skills challenge.
No
3-point contest. Slam dunk contest. And then gender war.
Well, I kind of know I'm right because I looked at the lineup earlier. But
they did. So they are gonna end it with slam dunk contest.
Let me make sure. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's. I looked at the lineup earlier.
Nobody wants to see Jacob Toppin.
Weekend schedule.
Jaylen Brown and his $300 million ass. What if his dumb ass get hurt?
And we're also skipping something that's very, very important. No, actually, let's see. No, it's just All-Star night. I thought I did see somewhere.
Nah, they might end it with Steph versus Sabrina, bro.
We're also burying the lead, by the way. There are reports now since Joel Embiid is injured, Bam Adebayo is going to be a starter for the East Coast All-Star team.
Congratulations to Bam.
Yeah, man. So that's really cool. I put lineup. I got to put schedule. 2024. I want to say no, I don't know. Schedule of events. This is officially from the NBA. They put Kia Skills Challenge, Starry 3-point contest, Steph versus Sabrina 3-point challenge, and AT&T Slam Dunk competition.
All right.
But I mean, there's no specific times for either one of them. I don't think I'm looking at the watch guide.
It all depends on how the other events.
But everything is listed as skills, 3-point, Steph, Sabrina, slam dunk. So I would guess, like I said, my guess, although it was kind of a loaded guess because I did look at the schedule earlier when I was prepping for the show. I think that would be perfect because you're going to have people, watching the other stuff, wanting to watch that, but also some people that are there for the dunk competition being like, oh, in true NBA fashion, it's starting an hour late. I thought the dunk competition would start by now. Well, let's watch Steph and Sabrina throw it down. The NBA is really bad with time, man. Really bad. I don't know. I'm just saying. Inter Miami opened their MLS season Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Real Salt Lake Drive, Pink Stadium. Hottest ticket in town. Go on ahead.
Ooh. If you had your choice, Inter Miami versus Real Salt Lake or Duke versus Miami?
Oh, man, that's a tough one right there. I'll go Inter Miami just because of the hype and the craziness, and it's opening night. That's the reason why.
Okay.
Opening night. Wizards and guard DeLon Wright have agreed to a buyout that will lead him to Miami. He is going to most likely play for the Heat. He averaged 14 minutes a game so far this season, but last year, 7.5 points.
Okay.
Tiger Woods, he withdrew from the Genesis Invitational yesterday, citing illness, not his bad back.
Flu? Flu-like symptoms.
He said dehydration. He had to get an IV. Well, maybe it was a flu because dehydration kind of goes with that. So he's out. He was 2 over par, and at the end of the day, 1 over par was the cut. So he would have, at that point, not made the cut, but we don't know how he done.
He also had 10 more holes to go.
I believe in Tiger Woods. What?
No, I'm saying he also had 10 more holes to go, so he probably
could have lowered that score.
Could have lowered that score.
I'm not going to say what else could have happened.
He could have crapped the bed. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. Another one you're really going to like, Vlad.
How you know?
A woman was mortified when she walked in on her boyfriend getting his monthly bath from his mother.
Hey, yo, what? That's a monthly bath? What kind of sick? Where is this at?
I don't know. It was on Reddit.
Oh, Jesus. And you read it. Look at that. I don't trust anything on Reddit.
That's a red flag. As they say, red flag. How do you explain that? Wait, what are you upset about? I mean, it's my mom. She gave birth to me. She's been bathing me since I was born.
Hey, yo. Every month, your mom is bathing you, and you're still an adult male. Like, what's going on here, bro?
That's weird, man.
You think?
That's weird. Like, have you ever been naked around your mom, and she's like, "Oh God, put some clothes." Like,
no. I think the last time I was naked around my mom, I was a baby, and she had to clean me.
Okay.
No. That's weird, bro.
But yeah,
that's grounds for divorce.
I would never I'd never go into the same bathroom.
That's grounds for a divorce, bro. That's grounds for divorce.
Well, they're just dating, so it's
that's dating. I would understand if she broke up with him.
I mean, I would hope she'd break up with him because how do you get past that? Like, I'd like to say I'm a bigger person, but I'm not a bigger person. I don't want to see that.
That's something that you can't.
You can't take that out of your mind.
Yeah, you can't Men in Black that.
Yeah, that's grounds for breakup. All right, so Vladdy, let's get into it next. We're going to talk a little bit about the Heat because they are kind of trending right now, even though some of the players aren't there. Why is this Heat team sometimes better without players than with players? And also kind of want to get into some of the other things that are going on in the sports world, like the All-Star game. Bam Adebayo looks like he's going to be a starter. And All-Star games in general, are they a good idea, a bad idea? Shouldn't even be an idea. That's next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
WQAM broadcasting
WQAM, your favorite station, and take us wherever you go.
Oh, yeah. I'm with this. I'm just going to sit here laid back to this nice mellow beat, and drop some smooth
To
lyrics.
quote the late,
Hey,
great
hey,
Dennis Green,
get it straight, you know what I'm saying? And there ain't no
or
half
paraphrase,
stepping. Word.
the Heat are who we thought they were. They are who we think they are. Remember earlier this year, Tyler Hero goes down with a bad ankle and the Heat kind of go on this little bit of a winning streak. And people just come up to me and say, you know what? We're better without Tyler Hero. We're better without his 20 points. We're better without his playmaking. Never mind that we did kind of go on a losing streak towards the end of him not playing. Nonetheless, this team's better without Tyler Hero. Look what we did in the playoffs without him. Look what we're doing now without him in an ankle. Recently, Jimmy Butler, he has some personal issues he needs to take care of, starts missing some games. People are saying, looks like we play better without Jimmy Butler and without Terry Rozier, who's out week to week, and without Terry Rozier and goodness gracious, I had a brain fart. Terry Rozier and Josh Richardson. We play better without them. So, just let them rest up and keep playing this way because we played well against Boston. We lost that game nonetheless. We murdered the Bucks. That is true. And then more recently, we took down the 76ers. It's one of those things, though, Vlad. You can't win a lot of games this year without the firepower. You can win a couple here and there. You can catch a couple people. But this is the Heat team that I told you. We're going to have some highs. We're going to have some lows this year. You're going to have some winning streaks. You're going to win some games that you're not supposed to win, like the Bucks the other night. You're going to lose some games that you're not supposed to lose. I don't think this is one of those things where we found the magic formula and now we just need to keep Jimmy on the sidelines basically until the playoffs. You need that firepower in a long season.
So you got to look at it two ways. You look at the way you just presented it, like why do the Heat play well when certain important players are out of the lineup? Or you look at it, wow, these players are playing well right now, and then once you add these three players to the lineup, to the rotation, you have a deeper rotation. Everybody will know their role, perfect it, and you don't want to face the Heat in the playoffs once again. I'm looking at it like that. Okay. We all know down here there's regular season Jimmy and there's playoff Jimmy.
Well, we know that, yeah.
So you know what you're going to get from Jimmy in the playoffs. You want a more consistent Bam. We all said we don't like the 18 and 10. We like the 20 and 10, 20 and 12 Bam.
Yeah.
20, 11, 5 Bam.
I mean, it sounds crazy, but there's a huge difference between the 15 and 12 Bam and the 21 and 12 Bam.
Well, obviously the 6 points, but it's just the
impact. That's a lot of points.
But 6 points and his impact. Like it's just his impact on both ends. The key right now is Tyler.
I've been fine with Tyler.
But he's going into the postseason. Tyler's almost like two in a sense that they're going into the postseason. You want to see, can he remain healthy and can he provide that extra firepower that was missing last towards in that Denver series?
I believe, yes.
If he can, great. But if he's not there or he's not producing, then others are. Then the narrative once again is, what's up with Tyler in the moments that you need him?
Well, then, yeah, the sample size has gotten a lot larger if it happens again this year. But I'm not one of these people that's like, look what they're doing now. And when they get the other pieces back, it's amazing because you got Duncan Robinson scoring 17, 18 points a game. You got Bam scoring 20 points a game. You got Tyler scoring 20 points a game. You throw in Jimmy's 20. You throw in Terry Rozier's 17. And you throw in Josh Richardson, who's been playing good, throwing in 10. It's like, no. There's not that much pie to go around. People are going to have to take a back
it's not
seat.
that. In the postseason, they go half court. And
you shorten your rotation.
And you shorten your rotation. Here's the problem. In this current NBA, in the regular season, if your team that's not able to average 110 points, then yeah, you're offensively limited.
Yep.
And that's what's happened with the Heat. That happened a lot last year, where they were the only team I believe that they led the league in not scoring 100 points last season. And once again, that was happening this season. Where was the firepower? You let Kyle Lowry go because let's admit it, he was washed. He was washed. Yep. Thomas Bryant really didn't add anything, like I said.
Yeah.
And It took a while for Terry after the trade to get acclimated with the team, but
now
I think
he's hurt week to week.
right when I felt like he was starting to get his footing, he gets hurt. Jay Rich is hurt, and Jimmy's dealing with a family loss. So once they get healthy, once they get their mindset right, I think they're going to be okay. And I think the fact that they won 6 out of 8 after that losing streak, I was wondering the question we always ask, All-Star break, especially with the teams down here in South Florida. They always play well right before the All-Star break, and we always wonder if the All-Star break came at the right time or did it come at the wrong time, because it's how they react right out the gate, because now it's a sprint. It's a sprint to the finish now.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's only, 28, 27 games
Something like that,
remaining? Yeah. It's a sprint to the finish.
This is one thing maybe I have figured out a little bit with the Heat. I always say there's a barometer guy. In the past couple of years, it's been the Bam barometer. If Bam does this, you know that the Heat are going to win. If he goes below this number, my barometer guy this year, and I'm going to tell you, just keep an eye on him every game, Jaime Jaquez Jr. Seems like when he's healthy and doing things, this team just starts rolling and plays a lot better. He goes down with the groin, things start getting a little weird. He's not 100% healthy from the groin, coming back from there. Didn't play that great, giving you like 6 points a game. Team was kind of mired in that losing streak. He gets back healthy again. Now they're 6 of 8. Keep an eye on Jaime Jaquez Jr. and how he plays the rest of the year. If you see good things from Jaime Jaquez Jr., you can expect very good things from the Heat. If you see injuries and lackluster play from Jaime Jaquez Jr., you're going to see exactly the same thing from the Heat. I'm just saying, keep an eye on that.
Right. Isn't that a lot? Aren't you asking a lot from a rookie?
Well, I mean, you're not asking him to be the linchpin of the center of the offense. I'm saying he's that guy that you can look at and say, as he goes, the team goes, as far as being a barometer.
That's asking a lot on a rookie.
Well, no, you're not saying, you got to score 25 points a game. You're just saying when he has good games, it seems like he's that little extra something that gets you over the top. I mean, it helps that Bam can score over 20 points or around 20 points. Tyler can get it going. Duncan Robinson.
Whatever he can provide is going to be bonus. And I know that you're going to ask a lot of him, but you're going to put a rookie going against Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Julius Randle.
I'm just telling you, watch. If he has good games, the team most likely will win. If he has mediocre games, the team most likely will lose. I'm saying that's just a barometer guy you should probably keep an eye on, kind of see how that goes. And then, of course, Duncan Robinson's been hotter than a fox in a forest fire, which has also helped a lot too. Kudos to him for playing so well. And Bam Adebayo, as we know, his third All-Star appearance tonight. Tomorrow night, he is expected to be a starter in place of Joel Embiid. Vlad and I will maybe keep an eye on it. I don't know how many people are.
I'm going to watch.
You're going to watch?
Of course. I always want to watch. I want to see if somebody gets dunked on or get embarrassed.
I'll keep an eye. I mean, I just see still frames of guys not running back on defense.
I don't expect any defense, bro.
I mean, have some pride, but
what? I mean, bro, it's an exhibition. It's an exhibition.
The worst All-Star game is the Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah, before they did this flag football stuff, but
patty cakes and stuff like that.
But the NBA's kind of replaced it, but that's because
the NBA is second to worst. MLS is interesting because you have all-stars.
Wait,
and you got an actual team.
You can't MLS. All right, I'm going from the big four.
Okay.
Number one, the one that's still the best is baseball.
Baseball is by far
still the best.
The best. You see different matchups.
Number two right now.
Trying to win individual matchups. Yeah, it's great.
I'm gonna say number one is baseball, and last is football. Yes. Why? Because football is still not playing a real actual game.
They're doing patty cakes.
Yeah, they're doing. It's like relay races. It's like homeroom.
Oh yeah, we were confused watching.
Yeah, it's like homeroom.
I wish we had Tony Romo to tell us what was going on.
Yeah, it's like going back to like school. Now the question is, who's second and who's third? Is it the NBA or is it the NHL All-Star?
Well, you've been to both, so I'll let you be the determining factor. I have an idea.
Last year's NHL All-Star game in Sunrise was good.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm biased to our players down here. And they played very well. And think didn't Barkey win the NHL All-Star Game MVP?
Barkov?
Yeah, it was either Barkov or Kachuk. One of the Florida Panthers won the NHL All-Star Game MVP last season. This year was not that exciting. I'm gonna go with the NBA as number 2
Oh,
and
you gonna go?
NHL number 3, but definitely football is 4. So 1 is baseball, 4 is football, and it's depending on the competitiveness of the game. NBA and NHL battle for 2 and 3.
Matthew Tkachuk won the MVP last year
Yeah.
in the All-Star game. I'm going to give a slight edge to the NHL All-Star game over the NBA All-Star game because, I mean, what a fall from grace from the NBA All-Star game. From what I least used to perceive it as to what I perceive it now, and the public perception is just awful.
Who cares?
And once again, it's a matter for nothing game, but yeah, who cares? We'll see. Tomorrow night, 8:00. 8:00. And they have some type of craziness going on. It's all about college basketball today. And the U trying to get back in the winning ways. They're taking on Boston College. It's going to be 4:00 tip, 3:30 pregame right here. We're going to lead you up to that. Up next, though, going to give you a little something or nothing here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. Time to do a little something or nothing. I'm going to break down some of the things that are happening in the world. And Vlad, my cousin, is going to decide whether it is something or nothing. Tonight, UFC 298. Volkanovski, Topuria, going head to head. Is that something or nothing?
Oh, it's something.
Ooh, where you watching that bad boy at?
At the crib.
Oh, you got the house.
Yeah, I'm watching at the crib.
House fun. I like it. You got a dog in the race?
No, I just like seeing competition. And I just like seeing people beat each other up.
Get bloodied and nasty?
Yeah. As long as they get paid for it and they come out healthy. Well, as healthy as they can come out of a fight. Yeah, I'm all for it.
All about it. I know I saw some posters up at Duffy's and Plantation. They had the fight on. Some people are going to be out there getting crazy for those two for one drinks. Whew. The All-Star Celebrity Challenge game had that LED court last night. Vlad, was that something or nothing?
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
You didn't care for it?
Yeah,
I
cared. I cared for seeing Cassidy Hubbarth on the court, but I didn't care for it. It's like whatever. I know that's supposed to be the big thing in the Sabrina versus Steph 3-point competition. So
I like it. I like all the showiness, like when Nickelodeon does football games.
Yeah. Listen, man. Forget the kids, okay? Forget them. I don't care about that. All this stuff. No. I'm sick of watching Nickelodeon. No. Super Bowl from the kids. Like the kids care.
There was a time when old men were like, what's this first down line doing? What's this line of scrimmage line doing on my screen?
Well, I mean, it's like closed caption. I bet the old men, the old hated closed caption. Now they can't live without closed caption.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, if they can't watch any TV without closed caption.
I still don't get how with the technology we have these days, we can't have sensors to let you know if you touched out of bounds or not on a pro basketball court. Like when the Max Strus, remember when was his heel in? Was it out? We can't have sensors. Well, coaches will step on it. They have it in tennis. They do it in tennis all the time. They can single out one spot.
They need drama.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, well, if the sensor goes off, if anybody steps on the line, you don't know. No. They can single out one specific spot.
They still got to sell drama. Baby.
I know, but you know what I mean? Like, for the NBA to say, we don't have the technology. Like, how does tennis have it? And you don't.
You're right.
It just, oh, well, sounds like me on, what do you call it? Side piece Thursday. Oh, what are we doing tonight? Oh, well.
Hey, don't forget March 15th, man.
March 15th is the Ides of March?
No. It's either March 15th or March 16th, but I think it's March 15th. It's steak and...
Oh, BJ Day, yeah.
Hey, you.
You can say BJ.
Wholesale Club.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. And there was BJ Armstrong who played for the...
That's a horrible
Bulls.
name to have.
I have a good friend of mine's named BJ. His name's Bernard.
Yeah, but his name is BJ Armstrong.
Oh, when I was a kid, I had no idea what that was about, but yeah. Oh man, I got off the point that I was talking about. Goodness, I was actually.
It was about
trying to
All-Star Saturday with all the technology improvement that they're putting on the court, the LED court. Is it something or nothing? It's nothing to me. I just want to see these two great athletes put on a show, and that's Sabrina and Steph when they doing the gender war shootout, and then the dunk contest. The dunk contest probably is gonna make it look cool. Maybe you see an angle or something that you haven't seen, but whatever. I mean, if they think it's going to attract more viewers, go ahead. But I don't really care for all of that. I'm old, man. I don't care for all this new designs and interventions.
This is when you're dead in the water. Like you're doing something wrong. You come in. It's literally you and your old lady. Where have you been? Me? That you're done. Like, who else is she talking to? You're just trying to buy time. They know you're buying time.
Oh, no, you're buying time for your life.
Me? Wait, where have I been? No, the other group of people in the room. That's what I know. I'm like, oh, got to be quicker than that, man. You got to be quicker. Okay. Chelsea, Man City played. Chelsea, Man City played in Premier League earlier today. 1-1 tie. Something or nothing.
Something. That's good for Chelsea.
I know. I'm very happy for my Chelsea guys. Now, remember, on the 25th, that is a week from tomorrow, we got that Carabao Cup final. Chelsea, Liverpool, 11:30 a.m. If we're not working, we're at King's Head Pub in Sunrise, but we'll probably be working nonetheless. That is going to be a fun one right there, man. Last Carabao Cup between Chelsea and Liverpool. It's the one that went to 10 penalty kicks. Goalies had to kick penalty kicks. Chelsea lost, by the way, but nonetheless, great legendary game. Vampire Weekend. They're going to be releasing a new album April 5th. They're going to go on tour the closer they come here. St. Augustine on October 15th. Is that something or nothing?
It's nothing.
Why? You don't like Vampire Weekend? One of my all-time favorite indie rock bands. I might go up to St. Augustine, man. St. Augustine was a good time this past New Year's.
Isn't that where the Fountain of Youth is at?
Yeah, man.
How many old people out there?
There's a lot of old people, man.
Ain't no Fountain of Youth.
Not a lot of parking either. Whew,
Damn, the old hog up all the parking, huh?
Yeah. J-Lo, she's coming out with her 9th album, This Is Me Now, a documentary.
All right, first
surrounding the album.
It's nothing. All right, I'm sick of this, J. So I got to see a documentary about how you and Affleck got back together?
Well, she's also going to be at the Kaseya Center June 28th. Does that add something? Are you going to the J-Lo concert?
Meh. I mean, if there's a free ticket, yeah.
Right.
But I'm not, meh.
Did you hear about this North Carolina stingray that is pregnant despite not sharing an aquarium with any other stingrays? Something or nothing.
Who got it pregnant? South Carolina?
She's just out there doing her thing. She's never seen a male stingray in her life having babies.
What is she, to marry?
That's what they're saying, the Virgin Mary of stingrays.
Wow.
Man, inflation is getting crazy in this country, Vlad. Over the past couple of years, the U.S. average of a $2 tooth fairy exchange for a tooth has gone up to $6. Sometimes the tooth fairy is leaving $100 bills and designer jewelry for some kids. Something or nothing.
It's good to have rich parents, I guess.
I mean, I remember.
So wait, a tooth fairy. So what you're saying right now is when a kid loses their tooth and they put their tooth under the pillow, the average is $6.
Yeah.
So basically,
inflation.
So somebody's putting an Abe Lincoln and a George Washington under the pillow.
Yeah, that's weird.
They'll just put $10 under the pillow and get it over.
5.
Oh, just put the 5. Yeah, why put 6? Why exactly at 6?
I remember as a kid, you'd wake up in the morning, you put your hand under the pillow, and you'd feel that cold quarter in your hand or 2 quarters in your hand. You'd say, "Money made, baby."
I'm happy.
I was happy. I think I got 50 cents.
Time is now in jewelry.
50
Jesus.
cents? Dude, if you got 50 cents.
It's just a damn tooth. It's going to grow back again. Why are we giving money to things that's going to regrow back again? What's wrong with these kids? Why are we paying kids? I don't get it. Clearly we're just talking about it. Obviously, I appreciated it. But if you really think about it, why are you giving kids money because they put their tooth under their pillow? That tooth is going to grow back again.
Losing a tooth can be traumatic, man.
And so I got to pay you for that?
It helps ease the pain.
You want to go meet? You know what? I'm going to send you to the dentist, Dr. Melfi. How about that?
Dr. Melfi?
Yeah, you want a therapist. It's dramatic, you said.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's
well,
not cheap, though, man. It's cheaper just put a $100 bill.
Man, just sit your go to bed.
Did you hear about this? Domino's planning on releasing a deep-fried Cadbury egg for the Easter season. Is that something or nothing?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind if they bring one by. I wouldn't mind trying one.
It's Domino's. We don't got no deal with Domino's, do we?
No, I don't. But I like Cadbury eggs.
I like Cadbury eggs.
I like deep fried.
I don't like Domino's, and I don't want no Cadbury eggs from Domino's.
Okay. I was just saying.
They can't even get their pepperoni right. How do you think they're gonna get a Cadbury egg? Come on, man.
Domino's catching some shrapnel. I like it. Ooh, last but not least, a woman. She says she wants an extra $100 a week from her husband if he continues to work overtime. Is that something or nothing?
Wait, repeat that again?
Yeah. A woman says she wants an extra $100 a week from her husband if he continues to work overtime.
Ooh, that's something. That's basically her calling him out. Like, if you got some side piece and you're not really working,
really?
Like, you gotta show me that pay extra. But wait a minute, wifey. Hold on. I need to know more context.
I don't like how your mind automatically goes to this woman thinking he's cheating. This guy's probably honestly out there doing some overtime, making some money to support he and her and whoever else might be.
So why is she getting an extra 100?
Because she's saying you doing all this extra work, making all this extra money. I'm, staying at home doing what I got to do. How about you?
Is he paying her? Like, is he paying her an allowance? What kind of craziness is this?
This is my thing. If you're a woman, you got smarter ways than to just ask for the $100. You can get the $100 in different ways. Through money, food, drinks, places, vacations.
That's your wife, man.
No, I think she's just like, look, pony up some cash. If you're going to be making all this extra cash, pony up this cash. I say, I'll work for my money. That overtime.
Okay, down to something.
I'm serious, man. No, you don't have to.
Oh no, that's weird. That's weird that she's asking for the extra 100.
I think she's just mad that he's working a lot, and she's trying to like stick it to him.
But how? What if this is for?
That's what she's doing.
But what if this is something that they needed to try to? Maybe they're trying to get a house. Maybe they're trying to, build something here. He's got to work extra.
I don't like.
You can't charge me for extra hundo if I'm trying to build a future for us.
I don't like it.
Now, however, if if I've been caught in the past, then
doing a little too much overtime.
A little too much overtime.
Costly overtime.
Oh yeah, just not at work. Just in other people's apartments and buildings and homes.
Maybe he's got his overtime is cleaning apartments and buildings. I'll tell you a story off the air. Coming up next, though, we got about 30 more minutes before the Miami Hurricanes basketball game against Boston College here on 560 WQAM.
It's time for Sports Day. Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
Big ups to Bam Adebayo when they named the All-Star starters, and when they got ready to name the reserves, the Heat weren't so hot. We had a thought that maybe no Heat players would make the All-Star team. If Bam were lucky, maybe he'd get in. Well, he got in, rightfully so, and now it's looking like with Joel Embiid's injury, he will be a starter tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Well, it's supposed to start at 8 o'clock when the All-Star game tips off in Indianapolis. Kudos to one Bam Adebayo, a guy who, when he got drafted, some people were saying, who's that? Why would you draft Bam? Well, he's shown you why. He has worked his tail off. He has been absolutely wonderful throughout his career here, but especially lately with the Miami Heat. 3-time All-Star, joining some elite company like Shaquille O'Neal, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, stuff like that. So very, very good stuff right there. Looking forward to seeing what Bam Adebayo has to do as a starter in the All-Star game. Know he'll make us proud. He hangs his hat on defense tomorrow night. Not all about the defense, but nonetheless, always nice to have a starter named in the All-Star game. Should be a fun one tonight. You got the dunk contest. Jaime Jaquez Jr. Hopefully he's going to do something kind of funky and crazy. He's got the long hair. He's got the kind of unusual look. So he might try to do some unusual dunks. That might work in his favor a little bit. Going to be very interesting, of course. Vlad is going to be now possibly betting on the Steph Curry, Sabrina Ionescu shootout.
Yeah, I'm. Listen, I got my bets ready for tonight's activities. I'm taking Jalen Brunson in a 3-point contest.
Okay, staying with the home team.
I'm actually going to put money on Jaime.
You think Jaime is going to win this bad boy?
Yeah, I would. I should put money on my fellow Nick Toppin plus, but I saw his brother miss a dunk last week when he returned back to the Garden, so I didn't like that. I think he might miss a dunk in the dunk contest.
I think Jaime is going to come out with the flowing hair. He's going to look a little different. It's going to be kind of a novelty thing.
Well, if he does what Leroy and Tobin Leroy have been saying, he should come in like Kyle Rand and Star Wars and all of that.
Yeah, he should do something kind of crazy and just kind of have some interesting free flowing dunks.
And I'm putting all my money on Steph, baby. Chef Curry with the shot, boy. Yeah, he's got to beat Sabrina, man. This is the this is the gender war.
Let's do it. Okay, yeah, this is the time right now. This is the time that we do this. I always forget.
He can't get Bobby rigged.
I always forget. Since we are talking about betting, let's do some heart and wallet, man. We put our heart and our wallet on things. Man, my heart when it comes to Steph or Sabrina, I really like both of them. I could care less. But I mean, if I got to put my heart on someone, I'll go Sabrina Ionescu. My heart's on that. My wallet, Steph by a shot or two. I think it's going to be close. And don't ask me why I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be close, Vlad. But you got your heart and wallet on Steph. You got your heart really on Steph, and you got your wallet really on Steph.
Yeah, bro. Can you imagine? Can you think about what's going to happen tomorrow at parks, LA fitnesses across the world?
Yeah, what's going to happen is girls are going to go up to guys and be like, I bet you I can beat you in horse.
Yeah, we're better shooters than you.
They're going to go. It's going to go down. Well, that's the good thing about something like that.
And trust me, listen, after my horrible display at the media game where the girl might have been the best player out of all the guys, and those guys were good players.
6'7" guy.
Yeah, I mean, she might have been better. I mean, what she did to poor Gabby was wrong, but nonetheless, the greatest shooter ever can't lose to Sabrina. I'm sorry.
Okay, I think it's going to be close. I think he barely edges her out. I'm just saying, barely edges her out. Let's do some more heart and wallets. Panthers, they've got the Lightning in Tampa Bay, 5 o'clock today. My heart, of course, Panthers all the way. I'm a favorite hockey team. My wallet, I still got the Panthers, man. I think they're on a hot streak. I think they're on a winning streak. I think the Lightning are also on a winning streak, but I don't know. I got a feeling about this team. I don't think they're ready to lose. That's where my heart and wallet are at right there.
Okay.
Are you believing in the Panthers, or is your wallet going with the Lightning?
I believe in the team that's won 10 games in a row on the road.
Then you're believing in the Panthers.
I believe in the Panthers.
I
believe in Paul Maurice.
All right, Canes men's basketball team, losers of 3 in a row. They're taking on Boston College in Boston. Tip is at 4 o'clock, 3:30, about to be the pregame. Your heart, of course, with Hurricanes. Your wallet, though, I'm going Hurricanes. They got to get it right.
I'm producing that game, so I can't gamble.
Oh, you can't gamble? There's rules for that? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Hurricanes baseball team, they opened the season last night, getting an 8-7 walk-off win against New Jersey Institute of Technology. They got a double header. One's underway right now, one at 7 o'clock. I got the Hurricanes with my heart. I got the Hurricanes winning both with my wallet. I think last night's game was the toughest one. New Jersey Institute of Technology, they're taking in some fun and some sun. They're taking a little vacation. They've already lost one. They're done. They're done. Done.
If you don't beat these guys, come on, man. I can't even believe it was an 8-7 game.
FAU, South Florida, tomorrow at noon. FAU's rolling. You got to go heart and wallet with them also.
FAU need to win. They need to continue to win. They were after that big win against Arizona. Seems to me they've been playing almost like 500 basketball after that. But they need to get their act together.
They're still 24th ranked in the country.
Yeah, but they should be higher. I think they should be. It's the same team that came back from last
like a
year's
true
Final
alumnus.
Four.
Like a true alumnus. They should be better.
They should be better. Yes, I am. Yeah, you can see it. You can see. Yeah,
they won 18 in a row. Man, you know, they
can be better.
They haven't convinced me, man.
They can be better.
The year LSU went 15-0. Joe Burrow won the Heisman, won the national championship. Ah, man, still they only beat Auburn by 7. And Auburn wasn't that good that year, but we'll take it. MLS season begins Wednesday, 8 o'clock. It is against Real Salt Lake and Inter Miami. Our heart with the Herons. Is your wallet with the Herons? Remember, really bad preseason. No.
I don't know, man. This is a weird year, but you bet enjoy it because this might be your last year with Mr.
I'm telling you right now
with Mr. Messi. But yeah.
Oh, this is the league game. Oh, okay, let me wake up first. Oh, okay. Hey, Luis Suarez, get up. Yeah. Come on. This one counts. This one counts. Come on. Oh crap. Sergio, I know you're a little hurt, but yeah, come on. Wake up. Let's go. Jordy, come on. Leo Campana. You actually were playing hard. You're okay, man. We're good. But I think they wake up. They get a 2-1 win.
Listen, man. He brought all his boys there. They gotta win.
Yeah, you bring all your homies in, even the coach, and you don't produce. Can't believe I'm saying that about Messi. That's kind of weird, but nonetheless. Oh, I want to say the Wizards. They are going to be buying out guard DeLon Wright. He is going to end up here in Miami. He averaged 14 minutes a game this season. Of course, it was kind of a weird situation with the Wizards. And this is no heart or wallet, but I just want to let you know the NBA has announced their finalists for the Hall of Fame. Some of the big names include Vince Carter, Chauncey Billups. Speaking of dunk contest tonight, Vince Carter, all-time great. Chauncey Billups, former Laker Michael Cooper, Minnesota Lynx and LSU grad Simone Augustus, and Wisconsin's Bo Ryan. Real quick, let's go to the day spa and then get going. A woman now regrets divorcing her husband in order for her to have a hot girl summer because during that quote-unquote hot girl summer, he got a younger, hotter woman pregnant. Hell yeah.
That's a good hot girl summer.
Go have your fun.
For him.
Yeah. Gonna come up and wrap up the show next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Shenanigans. WQAM on your smart speaker.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Woo! Getting excited. Miami Hurricanes basketball action coming at you in about 30 minutes, tipping off. Is it Chestnut Hill, wherever they play up in Boston College?
Chestnuts roasting on open fire.
Speaking of songs, man, oh, hey.
Hey, yo.
I get hooked on these songs a lot. Most recently, Jack Harlow's Loving on Me, man. What a song. My other new one, Sophie Ellis Bextor, has a song called Murder on the Dance Floor. There's a murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. It sounds like it's from the 70s, man. It is just crazy. It's awesome. Hopefully we put a murder on the hardwood court, basketball court today on the Boston College Eagles. Of course, the Panthers also in action. They're going to be taking on the Lightning. Hate the Lightning. Ugh. 5 o'clock over in Tampa.
Oh, they hate you too.
It's equal. Hey, man. Hate for hate. That's cool. Actually, I was doing Panthers Insider earlier today, and they had the voice of the Lightning on, and he and Doug were talking back and forth. I could hear a little, contempt in both of their voices. And when I called, I was like, hey, it's Dan Dave from this station. He was like, yeah, I'm ready. I was like, whoa.
They don't respect the Panthers.
It's okay.
They got mind control of you.
That's okay. I'll show you what happened this afternoon. We're going to be taken care of. I was going to say this, though, Vlad, as we're getting ready. I know you're going to be doing the Hurricanes game, which is going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I think we're going to get out of that slump. Plans for tonight, you said you're just going to stay at home, basically, watch a little bit of this. Of course, you got money now on Steph and Sabrina Ionescu. That should be an interesting one. But you're also going to watch the UFC 298 and just kind of lay low and stay at home, right?
Yeah, cut back, man. It's a 4-day weekend. Just chill, relax.
Yeah, I was telling you, I haven't had food in my apartment all week. I've been just scrounging by on scraps. I gotta go out to eat and get something tonight because I am
go do some grocery shopping.
Nah, I'm not doing that. But I'm gonna get a pizza or something, a hot and ready or something.
This guy.
I also haven't really drank beer at all this week, man. I've been so busy, locked up, working and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to get out of here and start drinking some beer. Gonna actually go get something to eat. I was supposed to go kayaking, but I think that kind of fell through, which. Yeah, I'm not really that upset about. Just nonetheless, those activities. Are you a big outdoors activity type of guy? Physical outdoor activity guy? I know you got physical activity inside the Kaseya Center a couple of weeks ago.
Oh man, I'm back. Because of that, I've been back working out.
Oh really?
Yeah, bro. I didn't like that, man. You can't take 5 years off and think that you're just gonna get back on the court and everything's gonna be good. Especially when you're at an advanced age of 46. Yeah, I like outdoor activities, but I need to, you gotta give me at least some days notice.
Yeah. See, I consider myself in pretty good physical condition. I take lots of walks and I work out.
Well, you're skinny. You're just as skinny as me.
Yeah, but I take walks every day and I work out 5 days a week in the gym. But being in shape and being in basketball shape are two totally different things, man. You can run 5 miles a day and have your wind up. Once you step on that basketball court, that is a totally different animal because you're cutting and moving. It's quick, quick twitch muscles and quick movements. It is totally different, man. You can't simulate it anywhere. So I could see where, playing a little basketball at the Kaseya Center might wear you out a little bit. So much respect to those guys. Jaime Jaquez Jr. in the dunk contest tonight. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. Skills challenge, 3-point shootout. Just turn the TV on. There's really not going to be that much else going on. There's some college basketball action, some hoop action. We got the Miami Hurricanes playing some baseball if you want to make it out to Mark Light Field. Other than that, yeah. And of course, the NHL is doing their big, it's like a green stadium series.
Stadium series, not a green stadium. Is it green?
I thought I saw something about that, man. I see a lot of things.
Stadium series, they play games at football fields. Look at you. Don't you feel better?
No, I feel worse. That's why I can't wait to get off the air.
It's like me. It's not smoking.
Scratch it. I'm itching, man.
Are you going through withdrawal?
Jonesing, bro. I haven't had a drink all week. Tonight, and I gotta get up early tomorrow. Got to be back at it again.
Oh, we're back at this full 4 tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, the ranking NHL Stadium Series. Yeah, I don't know where I got green from. I think I just saw
because you saw a football field. That's why they're playing in MetLife today for Devils Flyers tonight. At 8 p.m. on ABC. And I believe the Rangers and Islanders play there tomorrow afternoon.
I'm just excited about this Panthers Lightning game, man. Panthers 35-15-4. The Lightning 30-20-5. Both teams on winning streaks. Still the Panthers. They are scary. Edmonton Oilers had that huge win streak throughout the year. I know they've got Connor McDavid. I'm still more scared of the Panthers than I are the Edmonton Oilers in the postseason if I'm an opposing team. Just throwing that out there. Miami Hurricanes team got figured out.
And tomorrow's the big race, right? Tomorrow Daytona.
I saw the truck series last night. So yeah, I think we got it going on. All right. We got a lot going on. Vlad's gonna be betting on all of it, hopefully winning. You got
a
Roch. Good move. I need
Absolutely.
to get happy. I've had a rough week, man. I told you. I've abstained
Roch.
week. I
hear you.
Karma coming back on me from telling you to abstain from so much. I mean, I haven't drank. I have not partied.
You party, bro.
I've barely eaten. Like I said, I don't even have food. I went to make rice last night and then I got caught up and I just had to go to sleep. So
because Sergey, we're good. That's why Sergey. He's asking, really? Back tomorrow? Wow.
Tomorrow, noon to 4. Regular show.
And you're getting a full 4. You're not even, there's no 30-minute discount. You're getting the full 4.
You're getting the full 4. All the foolishness, all the sports talk, all the stuff. Deep breakdown of analysis of the All-Star game and Hurricanes sports. But we got the Hurricanes next, taking on Boston College tomorrow noon. We'll be back. My cousin Vladimir Lewison. I am Dan Day. This has been Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
Later, fools.
Text WQAM on the